it's a little bit better when it's a
echo.
little bit lower.
Echo.
There's a word for somebody who can read really well, has a voice that's meant for narrating and stuff, storyteller voice, but there's an actual proper word for it.
Oh.
And I don't know what the fuck. This might have came up last time, but
yeah, actually, it's interesting when you overdrive your voice, it kind of clips out a bit. And somehow it like sounds a bit better.
yeah.
Like even through my amp, as opposed to through the PA, which is supposed to be cleaner, but through my amp, it's kind of like dirty, and it just you can sing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing,
Well, that's like when people sing through like a megaphone. You know what I mean? It provides that kind of like. It's not static, but like how it's muffled, I guess would be the perfect thing.
Right.
But
it's the same effect, I think.
Yeah.
That overdrive. It's just amplifying the shit out of it, and the you lose some of the higher range.
Yeah.
Kind of compresses the signal. Oh yeah. So.
It's crazy, like. We talk about like the in real life stuff. We've had that for a long ass time, just in the form of audio. And never quite to the point where it was like, person walking down the street and they see these things and these crazy things are happening and they describe it to you. Much more in the sense of like talk radio. Talk radio, I always thought was really cool because it was in real life. It was live.
Yeah.
And people would call and they would put their 2 cents in and stuff like that. Like it would get heated and, you're sitting there driving in the car and you're like, oh man, this is what's going on. Like, here, call the radio, talk to us right now. Let's see what's happening. So it's like...
Yeah. And then it feels like a challenge to even just call in. What about hosting the damn thing?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Well, that was initially... It's still the best podcast out there you can get because it's the closest to real time that there is. Like, podcasts aren't even that close, right? They can be if it's live streaming, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But, it kind of surprises me that radio stations haven't kind of like keyed into something like that. Can you imagine thinking like you have a podcast you can download, but what if you actually just bought a radio station and it was just an ongoing podcast or whatever, people they subscribe to it. Like, let's say like I rented it and it cost me $1,500 and you want 2 hours a week at this time of the day or whatever, and it's just your fucking podcast. People, they get into it because people already listen to that, right? Like, there's already a bunch of that out there.
Well, fuck the license for like actual radio transmission though. That's something else. Oh boy. Unless you got a pirate station going.
Yeah, is it that expensive to get an FM station?
Holy fuck, man. Like, forget about the equipment even. That's like tens of or hundreds of thousands to put up that much wattage. How much fucking wattage would they even use? I don't know fucking know. 10, 100,000. Depending on AM, FM, shortwave, that kind of stuff. But yeah, the license, I'm sure it's insane. Like, they just won't let you on the air.
I think it varies, though, from area, right? Because obviously there's a much bigger demand for stations and frequencies in Toronto that say rather vary just because of the sheer volume of people, right?
Sure.
So, like, as you go to certain areas, like if you went to North Bay, if you wanted a broadcasting license at a radio station, it really wouldn't cost you that much because there's a surplus of frequencies available.
Huh. Could be. That could be true. Or I bet the licensing is the same, but then maybe the spectrum and the frequency, I think there may be like an auction system or something. Yeah.
I would totally just like talk about random things, like what's with these stupid street lights that have the advance for people that aren't there? Have you talked to your local P or MPP about this?
Yeah.
Who do you talk to? What part of town do you live? What kind of lights are pissing you off?
Yeah.
Just stupid, benign shit like that, because people are so
Oh man, I would go nuts with like this kind of shit.
Well, we can.
The game.
Yeah, this is the start.
I'd play the game.
Yeah.
The game. So you didn't see this yet? Yeah. No, this is what I talked about last time you and Curtis were here.
Really?
Yeah. And then I prototyped it. Like, practically the very next day. Yeah, so this is my deck, as it's called, or the Zettelkasten.
Yeah.
And these are the fucking, like, 2 years worth of cards.
Okay.
That have recently, there's like a bunch of blanks in here, I think, or something like that. But I tried going through my, I think there's a bunch of blanks. But I tried going through my deck, which was like this big, and then a bunch of, I tried getting rid of cards, and then all these new ones came.
Yeah.
Just by trying to sort through these and get rid of them, it actually doubled in size by trying to condense it.
Right on.
So you never fucking know. You never know. Tough to say. But yeah, so like if you're playing, like your deck would go here, and there would be 3 other boards and 3 other players potentially. Yep. You can do solo, duo, or you can have like, and actually I was thinking like
multiple?
More than 4 even of this shape of board. If you, so they would be like that, but then to add a 5th, like the geometry of it, you'd have to widen this open, so widen that curve, and then I would have them meet in this corner here, right? Okay. So they fit together at different angles with different geometries. But if you ever have more than like, and I don't even know if that would work, because it's mostly supposed to be like a one-on-one game, right? But if you have multiple people, there's potential for like different ideas and stuff, like just spilling around the board. Yeah, so that's what these I think I've called them like anchors. So like if I play a card out here, and what is that anyways? Finish. So this is nothing. Like, okay, Zettel Castle Game, that's the name of this card. So if I play that out here, this is like play area, and let's say, and I explain what this card is, you get 30 seconds to explain it, or whatever the rules are. You can make the rules as well. Rules can be written in card format, of course. But then let's say it's your turn, and you're like, I want to work on that with you right now. I want to talk about this and develop this. So then we're like, okay, you play a card on your board next to that anchor, and then these cards are linked. And you're like, I want to expand this idea in this direction. Right? And then when it's my turn, like I can decide if I have something to add to that or whatever, and we could like have a little development there. And that's kind of the idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really simple and yet complicated, because you can write whatever the hell you want on a card. But there are ways of constraining the cards to different types and different meanings. Like you could do cards for like time management, project management, just to get an idea of what your world is and what your commitments are and what you think is important in your life. But you can also have totally different, like these are like abstract cards, which are like protocols of how to do things. So if you're committed to taking care of something, well, there may be protocols for actually taking care of that, that you could follow these. Yeah. So there's like, that's concrete is like you and your time and your story, and then abstract is like the general ways of doing things.
I see.
Yeah. So then, and that's kind of the idea, is this is underpinning a system of guilds. So like mechanics guild, drivers guild, shop guild, woodworking guild. You have all these, and they're really sharing these abstractions. Like here's a set. Oh, you want to work with this machine? I'll pull up my deck. You'll have like these dividers and stuff for like how I do that. That's my deck, and then you would put that into play or whatever, and like start using this, and then you would play. Okay, so you start with, you got this tool, and you got this tool, and you got this tool. It's like, and this has to relate to that, and this, and you're like taking care of the constraints of the system that you're dealing with. So
cool.
Like Jenny and I have been working on this for like years now. It's just taking off. Like we have a network. I mean, taking off, but I mean, it's just manifesting. Like it's finally becoming real. And we have in our chat, we have over 100 people now. We've been working on that chat for 2 years now. This kind of group, and like 5 or 6 people are playing with us to try and develop it.
Yep. Nice.
So we got our core group together, our crew, like, we're figuring out how it works. And man, oh man, like, I'm into this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking pursue it.
Yeah.
Because this is where our work has been leading already, and we've been just sprinting towards this kind of ability to do that stuff. Yeah, so it's amazing, exciting, very exciting.
The ball is rolling.
Yes.
Right, all the wheels are turning. Not even just the ball is rolling. The wheels are turning.
Wheels are turning. Yeah. So I got to think of game plans, what to do. Like, I mean, game plans, how to network, how to, like, right now I'm writing an instruction manual for it, for the game. So that's obvious.
Then we can test it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's still kind of a little bit out there. Like I can give you a quick example. So the thing is, I can't even see what color that is. Colors actually matter. What fucking color is that? Might be purple.
Yeah, the multicolor light always.
Yeah, so that's purple. So this actually, so in my schema, let's say it's yellow, because that would indicate commitment. Remember, I was talking about execution, like your schedule of stuff that you're actually doing. Commitments are the abstract of that. They're like, what are these ideals that you're kind of going after? So this is let's say the commitment card for the Zettelkasten game that represents, and remember, this is a mind map. In my mind, this is an important object. I want to see this manifest. So that's what this is there for. Now, if we were playing, you could be like, oh yeah, that's cool, and write it down, Zettelkasten game, and then scribble some notes on it or whatever, and then put it in your deck.
Yeah.
Then you'd have it, and you'd be like, okay, this is a thing that's manifesting or whatever. It's a card, it's an idea, but that's the first step to reality, right? So I could take a card from the blank card stack, which normally goes here. Normally goes in this spot so far, and then I could go, and this would be a blue card. It's not gonna matter because we can't even see what color it is. Let's pretend that that's blue.
It looks blue.
It kind of does. It could be green, but let's say it's blue. So that means it's a protocol for how to do something. So I'll just put notepad protocol.
Yeah.
And what this means is, I'll explain it first and maybe write a note, but I don't need to write a note. What this says is cards, this media can be used in any way you feel, any way you see fit. Doesn't matter what color it is, doesn't matter what you're going to write on it. If you have an idea that you want to get down and remember and develop, just write it down.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Learn the rules later. Make it perfect later.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like, just get it down. Just get it down. Use a card however you want. So that's kind of like the basis of this game. The most basic protocol for how to play it is that you're mind mapping, but you don't know how to do it properly yet, and that doesn't matter. You're free to write whatever you want on any card. Yeah, so that's out there. So then I would put this, I would say, because I've explained this and dropped it, it's now in play. It's now, these two cards are like in play of the game. This is still like my deck that, like, nobody else really can look through it. It's kind of, that's my area, right? But I've loaded a set of cards based on what I think our interaction might be, and based on having a number of decks here for different purposes, different areas of behavior. Yeah, so that's, you've learned your first protocol. Yeah. Lots of potential for this. Tons of potential. And like we know that it's that the tech is good because I'll put it this way: Jenny and I have gone through certain spiritual developments, which you would be familiar with, many, if not most, of the things that I could talk to you about. And we've also, and then in the process of that, have gone through old texts and old materials like Buddhist doctrines and that kind of stuff. Various different religions. They're all saying the mind works like this, like a holographic matrix, whatever. And that's when I give you this example of concrete, abstract. Those are two aspects of the whole on. The mimetic is the third, and that's how the concrete and abstract interact with each other.
Yeah.
That's but and all these three together is a whole on. So having a system with this, we call it a schema, like a database schema. It's how the data is structured. If you use that schema, your mind map will be isomorphic is a word. It means your mind map will actually slot into your own perception, your own mechanics of perception. Nobody does this. Nobody has done this. Like, it's huge, man. This is it. This is my ticket, yo. My an hour.
This is something that could be applied in school too. Like if you can reach out to like a school board and
anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no limit. This is an underpinning for like Society 2.0. This type of thing. Best of all, you can do it with low tech. You don't need high tech. High tech will take this and like be able to present to you with so much data, like totally mine the data, and just pop up to you like your most like relevant things to see with that. Like if you're talking to that person, like your phone would know, okay, you're talking to this person, or you're in proximity direct with this person. Load up this deck right away and probably talk about this, right? Like you just be able to mine that shit based on your own priorities. Yep. So ideas. Any ideas, Mike? Yeah, like I already know it can be used in institutions, schools, anything like that. Because this underpins a system.
This is like skill building, like.
You want to be able to share behaviors. That's the thing. That's what it is. That's what the system of guilds is about. Sharing behavior.
Plus, like, it's brainstorming. This is very, very elaborate brainstorming.
Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of the purpose of mind mapping traditionally, is to just brainstorm, come up with ideas. It's crazy, and there's kind of methods for doing that too, like for example, if we wanted to talk about this game and have all of our thoughts, we could pick up a card and each card just write one or two words to have a concept to be built later, and then as fast as you can just iterate every single thing that comes to mind. You have a pile of them, and then you can link them together and see how they fit.
So essentially you've got like something combined with brainstorming and skill trees. The reason why
like Diablo?
A little bit though, because
I had that thought.
Like essentially you've got like the piece written down, and then that's your cloud, and then it's like, well, what can we do with this? And you see branch off into one thing or another, but there's going to be points where subcategories line up where it's like, this actually has a little bit to do with what's over here between this idea here, right? So
that's the mind fuckery. That's the fractal.
Because that's what I'm taking away from it so far, is that like it's all right. So we have these designations in an certain protocol that follow through. The protocol is to take a designation and then build something out of it, and then but when you want to, let's say if I draw this card, It will also depend on the amount of people I'm playing with, right? So this is actually really cool now that I think about it, because this is a really good. It is brainstorming to me. This is what I see. But instead of waiting on your public to come up with the idea, it's already down on the card. So it's almost like, what do you see? When I put this card down, tell me what you see. And it's like, that's what happens. And then it's like, okay, all right, so let's draw at everybody and let's come up. We'll see what everyone comes up with. Right? We have all of these things. So now that we've got everyone's input on this one, let's take this. The same thing,
right?
So you get the same idea, but there's going to be a couple instances where you get something like that, and names will be mentioned here that were also mentioned here. So that's where you have your in betweens, where it's like, oh, it actually turns out that these two did blend in together.
What do you mean names will be mentioned here? Like,
so like ideas that people like with the brainstorming ideas in certain terms, like because
I think I see what you mean.
Will mention certain things that they think of when they see this, right? But they may interlock with B2
building,
and that's so like. Out of the 10 ideas or 20 ideas that came up here, 2 of the 20 ideas up here were the same thing as ones over here, and it's like, well, why did that happen? So why did we see these 2 here, and then kaboom, you got another something or another that comes out of it, right?
Or a bridge that like unifies the idea.
Yeah, bridge. Yeah, that would be honestly probably the technical term you want to use is a bridge.
Damn. There's a protocol for this as well. This is 5 papers, 5 staples.
In the event of a bridge, you should.
What should you do? What
should you do when you have a bridge? What does this mean? Yeah, put that in your rules. Can I just do you a beverage?
I'm good for a little bit. Thank you.
All right.
So this is a game mode, actually. So you lay down a card and have everybody comment on it.
And see, so you should actually make sure that that's evident, though, because in certain aspects
to it,
because something was mentioned here. If it gets mentioned here, sometimes it's uncounted, right? It's like, no, we can't say that because we already had it in this one. You shouldn't do that because if it comes up a couple of times. Actually, that said, let's say the first person that speaks out, if you go in order of like what people see and whatnot, you should count the number of people that say the same thing. So let's say like I saw this and I thought of beef, right? And someone else says fish and then poultry, or the next person says beef again.
You're like voting mechanism.
Yeah, and it's just like you take that and you're like, well, all right, we got that, and then the same thing with this, and it's then you like I said, you basically at that point have your brainstorm skill tree, and then you use that formula to prioritize the issues that came up the most. So it's like, why did everyone think in this particular, like, why did this one subcategory come up so often within these cards? What do they have in common? And with what do we do as a result of that? Why is the bridge so significant? The more votes, for that particular thing, the more emphasis on the bridge itself rather than the subcategories.
Yeah, you're like almost asking, where can we go with this? What should we do with that?
Yeah, because like you said, everyone's going to draw a card, and then if the idea is like to just get it down, there's going to be a lot of spontaneous thoughts, right? And usually people's first instinct says a lot about how they perceive things, right? So if a first instinct happens to be connected within the cards and it comes up, but it was never actually a card itself, there's got to be some kind of connection, and then you have to emphasize on why that connection is there. Because if you are a marketing company and you realize within your category of people that you draw the same name out of like multiple categories, then it's probably a good way to market a material or whatever, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we as a consensus group of people think of this, then it's safe to assume that the same percentage of people in the public would think the same way, so we can use that as our basis for whatever it is we're trying to promote, right?
Like associations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that idea I just wrote down, I don't know if you mentioned it, but this was kind of, it sounded like what you were thinking, like when you're trying to brainstorm something and when you're coming up with your initial pile.
Yeah.
So I put initial idea pile in. So there's like, let's say,
stacking available. Yeah.
5 minutes, everyone write down like your ideas. Fuck, that's it. Then you'll look at the pile and you'll tally up the ones that match together.
Yeah,
and you'll be
we got 9 for beef, we got 4 for chicken, and we got 1 for fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Because you'll have overlapping ideas that are basically the same, and that will kind of tell you this is a core, like this has to be there.
And I feel like a lot of time would be lost where it's like, oh no, you can't say beef because we already have 1 for beef, right? Whereas like you can use that to your advantage, because when you stop them, that person has to rethink of something that wasn't actually their original intuition. You know what I mean? You have to be able to emphasize on why so many people had the same intuitive feeling towards something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yep. Sweet.
It's a cool game.
Yeah.
You got laid out here.
Man, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking hot for like the world going up in flames and all this shit that everyone's all fucking losing their minds over.
Yeah, team building, man.
Get down to fucking business. Like, actually do something about it. Stop.
My brother's a teacher, and he teaches in Victoria. And he messaged me. He was like, "You played Minecraft before, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've just recently like started like noticing how much I could actually emphasize in this game to like teach like crucial building blocks for my students and whatnot."
What grades?
I think actually like 7 or 9,
sure,
around there.
They'd be into it.
maybe a little bit less, but it's just one of those like, kind of like how we did.
Hell, I like Minecraft.
And that's what I mean. Where it was like the designation of like, well, that will usually go mine. I like to build stuff, so I'll just take the resources and I'll build things for whatever he mines. You know what I mean? You're like, so you can see like the building blocks of like a society at that point.
Yeah.
Because like, oh shit, we don't have any food production. It's like, well, we never allocated anybody to food production. So, all right, now we got another person. Like, your job is to make sure there's always fucking food.
Yeah, and actually, we started up a server at our group. Like it's Portal Mountain is the name of the group. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Portal Mountain is the name of our academy, basically. And we have a Minecraft server, and we started doing that. A few people, I think that maybe only 2 or 3 people joined so far.
Yeah.
We never really emphasized it, but there's one person likes to mine, so I'm just like, I need cobblestone, but like I'm busy. They're like, I'm on it. Next thing you know, the treasure chest is full, and I build the fucking giant ass perimeter wall around the whole fucking.
Yep. Oh yeah, exactly.
As you can see, there's a big fucking wall.
My friends and I, we did the exact same thing, and ours was like a ridiculous fucking process too, because we wanted stone. So
you gotta cook it up.
You gotta cook it up, right? Yeah. So like for every cobblestone that you got, you had to go buy coal equivalent to like be able to make sure.
I either didn't know or I forgot that you played Minecraft.
Yeah, we played it together. And,
fuck yeah, we did. Then what happened?
Me and Chris, or me and Cam built the underground. I think you did too.
You
built your own wing to it.
I was thinking of like your cities game, and I forgot totally that we played that. We were like hardcore into that, and then you went to China.
Yeah, that's right. That's what happened.
And then what happened? No, it's all good though. But yeah, we have a pretty decent little fucking
thing going on there.
Yep.
Especially because we're so far apart in the real world, but our nether track.
Yeah.
The nether track that keeps us so close together.
Yep. True that. True that.
The nether track. Nether rail.
Yep. Yeah, so like you could use this system for like doing Minecraft project management on a social level.
Oh yeah, that'd actually be a good trial run for the game itself, to be honest.
Yeah, and like how to do things, like protocols.
Yeah,
Minecraft is all about protocols.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you got they call them recipes.
If you want, I wouldn't mind being the guinea pig. If you wanted to test, like try to find out like applications for the game, like to trial run it.
Sweet.
I'll do that, especially if it's Minecraft, because I can sink a lot of hours into
We can connect the two worlds. That's a fucking great idea. I'm gonna write that down. Oh, it's insane. The ideas that, well, I guess it's my idea for Minecraft, for what we're doing with Minecraft.
Yeah.
I might have told you about it. It's have you heard of a memory palace? The idea of what a memory palace is.
Sounds like a hard drive to me.
Seen a movie. Fuck, what movie was that? I should remember what movie that was. No, I don't remember what it was. It was like an action movie, like a shooter. Oh, it was the Black Mirror. It was a TV series. Have you seen that?
I watched it yesterday.
Have you seen that
watched
series?
one episode yesterday.
Did you see the episode where like? Fuck. Anyways, this like mastermind dude, like evil genius or whatever, he like. I can't remember, like presses a book on his bookcase or something, and it says like the secret room to his house.
Yeah.
And he ends up going down like an elevator and like he sits down on his chair or whatever, and then it like fucking takes him down to this crazy like library, and there's all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, what he's actually doing, he's not actually going anywhere. He's going into his mind. Like that's the technology of it. And so you remember vividly these places that maybe don't even exist.
Yeah.
And in the walking through of that in your mind, you tie ideas into certain features of the landscape, of the architecture.
Right.
So you can remember lists of things by walking past those things in your mind. And this is like occult tech, kind of. It's
yeah.
I mean, there are programs like Mega Memory, like these books you can get and shit like that for that. But anyways, so that was kind of the idea to do that in Minecraft. So you don't even have to imagine how it looks. You're fucking going through it on your computer because you built it, right? However you want it to look, you built it, like almost as if it's your imagination.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing in Minecraft. So I will invite you. You don't know your user ID for Minecraft.
No, I think I have to make a new one. I'll text you though.
Yeah.
I'll get that started.
Yeah, cool. And then that's such a great like application for this game, like to try and start getting it going.
And I think because we're using Minecraft as kind of like a application beta, we can get quite a few people in on it. Like Cam would probably be down. I think Curtis might be down.
Yep.
Talk to a couple other people, get it going.
I wonder if they would. Well, yeah. Like, it's fine. People can just go and do whatever the hell they want in the Minecraft server. It doesn't matter. But on top of that, there's like protocols for doing things.
Well, we use a protocol for, let's say we have like our common area, which we're all kind of collectively working on as a whole. That we have like designations for what we do in that. But yeah, like you said, you can still go on and do your own thing. Yeah. It's just if we need these things to be done or whatever it is your designation is for, every now and again you just gotta go and work on that, and then it gets used for the fucking city or the area.
So a common area protocol.
Yeah.
Do we need chests? We need fucking like
my buddy
workbenches.
My buddy made the cobblestone generator. It just makes cobblestone.
How does it make? Like just out of thin air?
Out of thin air. Yeah, it doesn't need anything. It's just like a machine that makes cobblestone.
Does that work in standard Minecraft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the more basic mechanics. Yeah, so it does work.
And it can just fill a fucking treasure chest.
That's as far as my buddy got. He just couldn't get it to fill the treasure chest. But what you do is like you make it so, let's say like it's like one line, and it's just like this piston and a spring, and it keeps pushing out a cobblestone block.
Yeah.
As far as like 15, but you can repeat it so many times as you want. So you can make it like 15 straight pistons, and every fucking second it pops up a cobblestone block and it pushes it down up to a certain point and it stops. It doesn't do that at a time? No, it doesn't. It does one layer at a time. So it would be like, here's one line, it would fucking fill that line up. When that line got full, it would start the next line, it would just do that until all lines were full. You go and you turn it off, and then you mine it all.
I see, you have to mine it then.
Yeah, I think you can make it to a point where you might be able to store it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting. I'm sure we could Google it. Yep. No, that would be handy, yep. Mechanics, mechanisms, machine protocols. So machines doing, so it's like redstone machines.
Yep.
Redstone machine protocols. Cool, yeah. Common areas. Yeah.
And essentially, like, you'll have like your one big fucking mine pit where you're just like, you start your base, and then you have like someone that fucking finds a spot for you to create a habitat, and then you start your progression right around there. And then once you find the habitat, that's when you start the application of the game or whatever, if you want.
Yeah. So our protocols first. The first thing we did, and I can explain how we made it using this memory palace idea. One of the first things that I built, and my friend was there with me, so we both kind of could participate. I hollowed out an area that we had mined. I hollowed out kind of like a little room.
Yeah.
And I put a cobblestone wall, like just, I don't know, it was like 6 by 6 or something, 8 by 8, whatever, 9 by 9. It was like just a big freaking wall.
Yeah.
With one hole in the bottom, and in the hole in the bottom, and I was like, okay, we've almost made this. It's like a shrine, kind of, or whatever. It's like, it's an intention artifact. I think that's what I called it. So, and this was before we did anything really there. It was like, okay, this wall is here. Now, can you put a furnace in the bottom center of the wall, like right in the wall? And so she put it in, and I was like, I explained, I was like, this represents our intention to build a safe space, a safe and productive space. So you've got the wall and you've got the production symbolism there, right? So it was a little space, and it was like from that unfolded the first base. Right? Like, it's like intention artifact.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, like, it seems basic, but like there's a lot of power in that. Like, it's a thing that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? Did you want to refresh? Are you good for a bit, or?
I'm good for a bit.
Okay.
Try and fucking show you the city that my buddy and I made.
Yeah, and that's like that's magic. Like, that is fucking magic right there.
Yeah. It's in the making, right? Like,
that is magical.
Damn it.
What?
I'm trying to find
Oh, yeah, you can't find a thing. You had a picture of something?
one picture and one video. One's in God mode and one's here's the video. This is in God mode.
That reminds me of my buddy who made like cities like that. How long is that clip?
10 seconds?
Oh, okay.
15?
Yeah, like he has cities like that, but like at least 4 times the size of what you've shown.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's only half, like maybe and it sucks because like a couple of those buildings and stuff are like kind of like the old style ones, but yeah, we're building that and just like going to town. The one at the end, the one that's a skeleton, that's Curtis's building, and it's got a lot of detail to it. Nice. But there's like 6 or 7 buildings you don't see. One of which was like a prototype building. So what I did was I was like, oh, let's see if I can fucking wire up a whole system so it's like there's power in these buildings. And so I had to like, I made one building, and then I wanted it to have like a light switch. So you like walk in, flick the switch, and the lights would turn on.
Yeah.
But it would be on every floor, right? Every floor had its own switch.
Right.
So I built these like 7 block stories, maybe 6 or 7 high, and then you have to have like the ceiling. But then that's where you put the wiring is on top of the ceiling,
right,
for all the lights.
Yeah.
And then you have to have a gap in between that for the floor above it. So it was like you had to have it lit up, and then
cool.
Yeah, every floor. It was like it was all those buildings are like between like 12 and like 18 stories. This one building was the same height, but it was like 6 or 7 stories, and it was just because the ceilings were so high, and it was like the other ones were like four block ceilings, right, with like no gap, so it was just like block ceiling up and whatnot. Whereas this one was like 6 or 7 ceiling high, plus the like 3 block gap for the fucking wiring harness,
right? And
then so I had the staircase in the center. And then I made it symmetrical, so it just didn't look like you could see where the wiring harness was, because the floor below, like with the switch was at the bottom, right at the bottom of the staircase. So you flick the switch, and then the lights on the stairs above would turn on. So you walk up the staircase, and the lights are already on when you get there because you flick the switch, right?
Right.
And then so like cool. I hid the wiring diagram in the wall, and made the wall like with like a small little gap, like looked like pillars. But you only had it on the one side where the switch was, but I would make an exact replica wall to make it symmetrical, so it wouldn't look like it was designed that way to hide electrical. Yeah, it's cool, because then you have like, that's like stuff like that. You have like the design aspect, like, all right, we need to get like redstone, like, because those lamps are really hard to get, and I think you can only get them in the nether, so it's it's really difficult to go in.
Yeah, I like the challenge of was it just survival mode?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's much nicer. Like you said, then you have like the whole like society aspects to it. You know, like the division of labor and everything.
Yeah.
Unless it's a one-man job, then holy fuck, you're busy. But.
Yep. Because that was another cool thing too. I would like build. When I built shit, it looked like almost like real life construction. So like I'd always build the inside first, and then like fucking build it up with like the wood, and then like to put the torches in and stuff like that with the doors. And because wood was cheap, like you always had a lot of expenses that are easily accessible to get to build it. And then so I'd build that first, and then I would decide what the casing would be. So it's like, do I want cobblestone? Do I want stone? Maybe I want brick, or wood or whatever. So I would just like slowly like harness the materials and then slowly put the casing up as I built the scaffolding up for my towers.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's building protocols.
Yeah, exactly.
How to build buildings.
I'll see if I can find it.
Skyscraper protocol. Light switch protocol. Sweet.
Let's see here if I can find this. Because that was the first city I built, and then we built another one that we actually like had to mine for all the materials. The buildings aren't as tall and aren't as impressive because like, you just can't build buildings like that. Like, the one fucking building is made of solid gold blocks. Like, when the fuck am I gonna get that?
Yeah,
much
no,
gold?
you're not. You just don't do that.
Exactly. Right? that's not practical. It's just. I found one picture of it, but I think it's an older picture, and I want to find the night one. There it is. Yeah. So in this one, if you look carefully, you'll see that like under all the buildings is actually hollowed out. So like the city's actually sitting on a bit of a platform, and then we were digging out like riverways and like a grunge city underneath, like a buried city.
Yeah.
Below the city surface, where like
Futurama.
monsters would roam. Yeah, exactly. Old New York. That's
Old New York.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So we were just getting to it, but still, our buildings were like pretty big. Like they're like 5 to 7 stories. This building, that one here, like if you look carefully, like right around this area, you can kind of see like a little like glass coming out the side and like going that way. This building was going to be a terminal, so that's actually like a rail set that goes through, and it comes out. There's a perimeter wall that we have, and the wall is 3 blocks thick. So you can actually like drive the subway through it into the center of the wall, so it runs through the wall seamless, and then like you wouldn't know that it was ever there. And then like at the basement there, at the basement there's another railway that goes down below the lake, and it goes into our like the bedrock right at the bottom, and that's where our like massive mining fucking place is.
Yeah, I just got reminded of my cousin's server out. He's out in BC. Mm-hmm. This was years ago, but we had played. We were playing for New Year's. We had fireworks set up in Minecraft.
Yeah, nice.
His thing, what he would do, like we had the fucking massive railway system going, but how he did it was all underground. Mm-hmm. And how he did it, like we were using cheats or whatever, God knows whatever.
Yeah.
But so he would dig a long ass fucking tunnel, and then he would just put TNT, and this is a long bedrock.
Yeah.
So long, and then boom, and there's just this void going off into the distance.
Yeah, just yeah. I know. I was thinking about that for like using that for this and stuff, because actually like dynamite's not that expensive. That was the cobblestone factory. This massive building over here.
How do you get dynamite in? Is that in creative mode or not creative? Like survival? You have to kill creepers to get dynamite, don't you?
Gunpowder, yeah. But you can kill quite a bit of creepers. So I think you just need 1 gunpowder and like a certain amount of coal and wood for it. It's just It's just 1 gunpowder.
Oh, it used to be gunpowder and sand in like a checkered formation. Maybe they changed it.
I wonder actually.
That was a long time ago that I would have looked that up or done that. It's like, what is it, 9x9? So it was like 5 gunpowder, 4 sand. Or 3x3. TNT protocol.
Yeah, TNT protocol. Let's see here. How much you mine? Where are you? Data values history. Obtaining. No, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
It's five
Yeah,
line
it's a
powder.
pain in the dick. Like, you have to kill so many fucking creepers for that. That's tough.
Can be found in 8.1% of shipwreck supply chests, 62.7% of buried treasure chests.
Shipwrecks. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not reliable.
Yeah, that's not that cheap. TNT can be broken instantly with any tool or without a tool. However, prime TNT cannot be broken as it is an entity. TNT also drops when a minecart with TNT is broken. Drops. Okay. Not activated. Primed. Let's Google some fucking Minecraft TNT. It's sweet because like in God mode you can just like stack TNT all over the place.
Oh, man.
And it just blows it everywhere.
Oh man, yep.
Is this yours?
Will you stop, Father? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pat, and welcome back to another Rod Showcase.
No, I want 20 minutes of it. Huge Minecraft TNT world. That's bound to be good. Yep.
Oh fuck. What the fuck is
It's
that?
all TNT.
No, oh, but you fucking... Your computer just slows the fuck down.
Let's see here.
Unless you have a massive processor on the server. Whatever the fuck it is.
But let's build ourselves a shelter.
Just blow it up already, you know he's gonna fucking explode it.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna fucking explode it.
Yeah. Alright, come on, man, light it up.
He's saving it for the end. He knows that everyone's waiting for that.
Here it goes.
Uh-oh. Oh no! I can't see anything. It's just black.
It crashes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It fucking just crashed the server. To me, it sounds destructive. Oh,
This is me getting back into the world after I saved it mid-explosion. Loading world, building terrain. 0%. Yep. Then it just crashes.
that's it. I knew it.
Afterwards, I couldn't get back into the world after that, so that TNT corrupted the heck out of the world.
You would find better TNT explosions.
Yeah, you damn right. We made our own
Ones
new...
were kind of all, yeah, TNT nukes. It's a TNT nuke. The nuke time.
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends. Start now for free.
It's just, this one's just a block, or a big ball. An even bigger ball?
Okay. That's not very big. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's the lineup. Yeah.
Diffuse, if you will. Oh, he's gonna watch it. Good. See, this one has been planning. This person planned out his thing. He's gonna watch his TNT ball. Oh fuck, that's too much. It's
Yeah,
too
here's,
much.
This is what I'm blowing up.
It's too much.
Maybe someone goes and lights it for him.
Too much.
This was much shorter. It's only 3 minutes and 50 seconds, so can't be that long.
It's beautiful.
My TNT ball. Same thing was probably gonna happen. Yeah, that's too big.
Too big.
It's just the right out.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get to it.
Yep. The fuck?
That was the ball. Alright.
He thinks he's gonna be safe in there.
It's obsidian.
I know. But how are we gonna see it though?
No, he'll light it, wait for the first sheet to blow up, and he'll leave.
Oh, I see. Okay. He's gonna sit in his hole?
Oh, I better fucking not.
Ooh, suck. Watch my computer. So we know that it blew up.
About 2 days later, everything went better than expected.
Oh, so it's the aftermath. Fine.
God damn it.
Fine. It's probably just a giant hole of bedrock. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally is.
2 days later. Oh man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. Alright. That's pretty cool.
I want to see it actually explode.
Yeah.
I don't need a TNT ball that big. This TNT will corrupt your Minecraft.
Yeah, they're just too ambitious.
Mm-hmm. This TNT will destroy everything. Come on. Will the world of TNT break mine? Yeah, we've already seen that. Minecraft, but the entire world is TNT. I know. I just make a TNT
Hey guys,
cannon.
today
Okay.
I'm gonna show you how to make a easy TNT dual shot cannon.
I
So first,
think I've made
these are the
those before.
materials you need. 17 light green wool, 1 water bucket,
Skip to the end.
1 cobblestone slab, 6 TNT, but I'm just getting one in case, 1 lever, 13 red. If you like this video, please like,
Did he shoot
subscribe,
it?
and share this video. And if it was any helpful, so let's test it out one more time.
That's yeah.
And I think he managed to stay perfectly fine.
If you like Please like, subscribe, and share this video.
Like, subscribe,
And share this video.
and shit your pants. Like, subscribe, and change your diaper.
Damn it. 100,000 TNT block versus.
No, it's too much.
It's just not gonna happen. How to make a Minecraft TNT portal.
Look up a TNT ball, maybe, or it's got, yeah, maybe like not a nuke. Maybe a ball is like not as powerful as a nuke, but like not a big giant.
Hi, honey. We got in early.
Yeah, like I like actually watching an explosion.
It's still too big. This is too much. No one will ever watch it and never see it.
Oh, it's actually exploding, though.
No.
Oh, it blows and stuff.
I think I recall that effect.
It's actually exploding, though. Let's see when he lights it.
Yeah. Now we're talking. That's some real damage there.
That's awesome. Oh, he's just lighting it again in different spots.
Very dramatic.
Just gets pitch black. Can't even see it.
What's with that guy and fart noises?
It's a 210, 317, 215. How'd you mass spawn TNT in other blocks?
Just look at the picture for a smaller ball. Just not a fucking massive ball.
Minecraft roller coaster. The splat. Oh, that's not TNT though. TNT time lapse explosion. Minecraft TNT
Cowards.
city explosion.
That might be maybe doable.
So let's take one.
That's a lot of TNT right here.
Yep.
Oh, it's spreading. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Okay, so one
It's like
tower.
the aftermath.
Oh, yep, it's still going.
It's spreading. It's like TNT cannons firing off everywhere.
Yeah,
in all
yeah.
directions. See, now we're talking. Somebody knew how to fucking build a demolition.
Yeah. It just comes up.
Caution.
Eventually that building's gonna go with it.
Oh, damn. It's only a matter of time.
Well, yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, yeah. So every building, oh, it's cool because it's not just pure TNT. It's like spacers, right? So it doesn't overload everything.
Yeah, that's sweet. This dude knows how to put on a show.
Yep.
That's what it is.
We'll never see buildings blow up like this.
No. Shit.
I love that it's like hollows out too. That's amazing.
The building was just like, hey, you want to take a break?
No.
Nope.
It's just so many. It's just like raining TNT.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
There's no better feeling than starting out with a destructive objective and coming out with results like this. So I hope you guys enjoy the video as much as I did. Please favorite the video. It will help a lot. I hope you guys stick around for the next video. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys really want me to make this a series? Is this all you
You're
want
getting
me to
into
do?
this like and subscribe
I'm really a little bored
lingo.
of Let's Play.
Yeah.
People don't seem to be
Like
liking
even that
this as much as they
freaking
used to.
like 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Please like and
First,
subscribe.
leave a comment and let me know what you think I should do. Perhaps I'll try something else after this video, but right now, one thing's on my mind. So let's take one quick look at this city before something happens to it.
Would be a
It's
shame.
pretty fucking cool layout though. Shit.
Yeah. I'm sure he saved the game before doing
Oh yeah, of course.
But you can hardly see TNT as a bit up there, right?
Yeah.
That's good design.
Well, by now I hope you all figured out what I'm going to do. Basically everything looks better in red, and this city is no exception. Actually, this city makes the role. Minecraft itself makes that role, and I love it, so I hope you guys will enjoy. This is
takes so
basically
long to load
TNT
it.
City in full scale. And I thank the people who made this, and the YouTuber who I did message did say I could use it, so I'm glad to be using this with at least one of the builders' permission, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's take a look real quick at how this goes down. Redstone torch, you find something to place it against, and you detonate it. So for all of you watching, please enjoy. Again, rate, favorite the video, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video if you are subscribed.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
This is the start.
Beauty. I like how it's not so condensed. It's not just the fucking A-ball.
Giant ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you watch it rip apart the city. It just starts with this one. And then you
That's amazing.
yeah. Like it just takes everything down. It's like it's so quiet here, but like which building catch? Yeah, there it is.
And if we restarted it, maybe it's done over there.
Maybe.
Kind of seems like it. There's nothing else exploding nearby.
Yeah, that's true. It just rips apart this.
Although if I designed this city, I would make sure that there's a chain reaction and there's a starting point.
Yeah, yeah, like an underground where
Like
it's
dominoes. Or even underground, sure.
That's insane. Like it just rots it out. watching this building.
There it is. Beautiful design.
Yeah, the buildings are so well made.
They are too, yeah. It's like perfect ratio of TNT to blocks.
Yeah.
I love that.
So much is blowing off of it.
Interesting how there's still a husk left.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than starting out with a destructive objective and coming out with results like this. So I hope you guys enjoy the video as much as I did.
I did.
Please favorite.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Truly, truly amazing.
The things we can do with Minecraft.
Yeah.
God, I think might be time for a beer.
Coming right up.
Come right up. Oh, shit. No one came, huh?
No, and like 5 people said maybe. So you're like the one that didn't say anything, but then you did show up.
Yeah. I know, amazing how that works.
Next time I'll count a maybe as a no. And a nothing as a yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah, buddy. We're in good company.
Agreed.
Yeah, the last I don't know, it's probably been like the last 3 months for me. But like every last month for that last 3 months I've been like, my mind has been just blown by like what I've experienced and gone through like with my work and projects and like how amazing things are getting.
Yeah,
Like,
the progress.
Yeah, it's like so many things coming together. Like even the fact like after 13 years of jamming in this space and having the lights set up and now the cameras
And the wall.
and like and then to get this, yeah, it's like
Yeah, the evolution. Yeah.
and then it's like I get this idea of live streaming and then it's like I'm live streaming out of this, you know, and then I got this space with all these lights and this game and I'm live streaming the game with all the lights in the space.
Yeah,
It's
everything's
like
growing.
everything all together. Like how does that even work?
Evolution, right?
Yeah. Like, you can't plan that. It's just like, I know, I have an intuition or a feeling of what's cool and like what would make things cooler. And then somehow they're working together. And that's the crazy part.
That whole concept of like the time machine. Like if you had a time machine and you went back to correct something, you could very well put yourself in a scenario where you didn't invent the time machine. It just wouldn't work.
Yes. That's a paradox. That would be a paradox if such a thing existed. But there's also time is, you could also say like a construct, an illusion, all this kind of stuff, and there are some like theoreticals about like loops in time, going back in time and this kind of stuff as being possible. But it's never, I think it's almost never what we think it is. Like as if I, as a whole body, as a person, can go back in time. Like maybe these effects happen, but they're on such a micro scale or something. Or a macro scale that it's like a body doesn't just go back in time. It's too much of a little area of coherence for the whole chunk to just go like something.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Yep. So what are your plans? What are your dreams? What have you been dreaming about? aside from Minecraft. Remember
Like
we used to talk about you
real
starting up a
ambitious.
business or something or something? This was like
Oh yeah,
remember the back of 106 Marcellus, the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Remember you were talking about like to me and Cameron, I think, about starting a business or something.
Any business, Brian. I've thought of like 6 since then. And just continue to work away, try to figure out what to do, what's best.
Yeah.
And I still don't have like an idea like that I'm like fully committed to, except for like recently today, Curtis and I were like, he was just like, do you want to fucking start like fucking brewery stuff? See where it goes, like just for shits and giggles, and then
where does it go though? That's what I wonder. Like you could start a brew.
You start a brew, and like eventually, if you make something that you like, you figure out the recipe, and then you move to contract brewing because obviously it's too expensive to just start buying equipment and then fucking making it, right? So you contract brew so you can get an LCBO to create more revenue, and then if it sells, then you can take it to the next level and be like, okay,
what is contract brew?
So contract brew is when you contract a recipe that you have to a brewing company. They make your beer for you, sell it with your label, and you pay them a certain amount to do that. So that way, you don't have to.
The recipe.
Yeah.
So, okay. Probably a saturated market, I think, for like, what would you call it? Not like craft beer. I think that there was a wave of craft beer, and I don't know if it's on the downside right now or whatever. But it seemed like that was like the thing, like I don't know, years ago. Is it?
It's still booming.
Still going.
Still more breweries every year.
Yep.
So they don't really know where the margin is for like how many would actually open before it's like it's just too saturated, because a lot of places make revenue off like restaurant, like craft brew pubs, right?
So you have to have an idea that doesn't rely on the beer being award winning or fucking anything.
Yeah, you want like ideally you'd want to get.
You got to make a space.
Yeah, you got to get into LCBO, and then try yourself. You don't have to, but
yeah, but man, like just thinking of like how many people want to do this or would want to, and like how many craft beers are actually at LCBO, and how many are they adding every year? Like you're talking like probably 1% of even people who have a craft brew product or something can even get into LCBO.
Yep, but that's why so you get into like you basically pick a destination, because for the most part LCBOs are pretty good for well, maybe not LCBOs kind of,
okay,
yes and no, because like there are breweries that cater to the LCBOs in their area, right? Like there's like they'll sell, I say there's a brewery in Mendon, so they'll sell to the LCBOs in that area.
Yeah,
but then you also, like, depending on where you are and stuff like that, like if you're in an area that's like, I'll give you an example. Collingwood has three breweries, right?
Right.
Barrie has 3 breweries. Now, they're completely disproportionate in size as far as the cities go, because Collingwood is 20,000 people, Barrie's 150, right?
Gotcha.
Now, all 6 breweries are doing quite well.
Yeah.
So like the 3 in Collingwood do well, the 3 in Barrie do well. So like, where do you measure that saturation of product? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta almost expect that Barrie would have a big potential for growth.
So I find what? Let's take a place like Collingwood that is, 20,000 people. Owen Sound is also 20,000 people. There's one brewery that's outside city limits. And then you take a place like Midland that is also about 20,000 people in Pentangasheen, and there is no brewery there.
Yeah.
So you have markets and places that are available where there's still no craft brewery, and that have potential to tap a market that hasn't been tapped into yet in that specific area. You know what I mean? Like Brockville, same thing, 20,000 people, still no brewery. But then there's places that are like 5,000, 100, or 200 people. and they have breweries, right?
Where do you live right now?
Southwest end, Bear Creek.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I just wrote a note here, brewing for the LCBO. I almost am thinking like if you have a cool idea for a space, like the brew pub way is like a different way to go for that, right?
Yep.
Like, is that an option in your
like
potential field, or
a brewing co-op? Like where it's like you have like a hostel or something attached to it. Like we were talking about like places we could do it. Because like I said, Owen Sound only has the one brewery and it's outside city limits. But you know what else? Owen Sound also has a courthouse with a prison attached to it. That's for sale for $99,000. It's probably like 4,000 square feet. It's pretty big. It's a historic building. They don't want to tear it down, but nobody's buying it.
the fuck? That's interesting. How do you even figure that out? Like, where would you find info about that?
You just look up places for sale. Like there was a fucking 10,000 square foot church in Windsor for sale for $350.
Lots of churches going for sale. Fucking
exactly.
They can't get their shit figured out.
But also a brilliant thing to take over in a brewery because most churches are historical. They have some kind of like value. And you're like, what's going on with this thing? So like,
and you just want to establish and be there.
A lot of people know that church is there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like it's not only that you're putting a brewery in there, but like you're putting a brewery inside a church. Like, interesting. So like it instantly, it's a gimmick in and of itself.
The sinner's trough.
Yeah, exactly. Or prison brew.
I'm gonna write that down because it's funny. Prison brew.
Yeah.
The sinner's trough.
The sinner's trough. The Sinner's Trough Brewing Company. That's actually really good. I like that. Sinner's Trough.
I mean, it's not morally, it's not great, but it's kind of hilarious.
But like that's yeah,
it is kind of hilarious.
But like you take things and like I think like people know, and like for shits and giggles, you like put like hammer and sickle brewing. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, I know what the fucking a hammer and sickle is.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that's like, do you really want to put that on like
hammered and sickled?
Yeah, hammered and sickled. Oh my god, right, you're fucking on fire.
Hammered and sickled.
Hammered and sickled brewing. Sickled.
Hammered and sickled brewing co. Alright. I'm not like I'm not a socialist or whatever.
No, I know.
Whatever.
It's just like taking something. Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Just whatever. Recognition or whatever. Hammered and sickled. It even rhymes with pickled. Which makes it even more funny.
Yeah. Pickled trick. Oh, that's a pickle lock.
Yep.
The
signature.
Yeah. Who the fuck buys this? I don't know, but we're still in business.
Bottom line, that's what matters.
Yeah. But yeah, so like those areas, like they're completely disproportionate. There's a lot of little like places that are of sizable population that don't have. Really, is even one of them. Really, it's like 30,000 people, a little bit bigger, and there's no brewery there.
Right. And if you're kind of expecting like hard times in society, this is a growth industry. As they say, this is a growth industry.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that even in bad times doesn't go down because
it's just
people want to escape their shit and whatever. And I mean, like my angle on that would be like, well, have something wholesome about it, like community connection.
Yeah,
and that's why I like the
brewing co-ops.
Yeah,
right. Like
yeah.
Well, that was one of the things that I thought about, like brewing, like a brewing school. That's why it's almost like if you had a hostile kind of like brewing kind of idea.
Brewing
school. You have interns that like come in, like they're doing like an internship, so they come work for you, but you supply them a fucking bed and stuff like that, and they sleep.
That's cool, yeah.
Then they stay, they learn
like
everything
roofing or whatever for like farms.
Yeah. And they learn all the tricks.
Man.
They trade their labor for fucking like place to stay and some extra coin.
Yep, and networking. Like
Networking, yep.
Damn.
A Browstel? Brewstel? Brewstel? Brostel? Not a brothel, but a Brostel?
No.
A Brewstel.
Brewstel. Yep. And brew up.
Yep. But it was, yeah, brew up. A brew up. Yeah.
Why not? We'll just write it down.
Just like certain things, like names and gimmicks will always have like little triggers, and that's like where that fucking the brainstorming comes in, right?
Brainstorming?
Brainstorming.
We are brainstorming right now.
We are brainstorming.
You couldn't call that the name of a place.
No, you could.
So I'll just put it at the top.
Brainstorming.
We are brainstorming. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Just
ideas.
Like yeah, there's cool places like Brockville is one of the oldest establishments in Ontario, and there's no brewery there. So again, more historic buildings for sale and stuff like that, in an area that like you could totally capitalize.
You'd have to move there, though, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to. Yeah. And then you wouldn't know anybody right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of would suck. And you need the startup capital, right? So you got to think about savings and all this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're looking at a place where like you don't know people or have the connections, it's that at that point it's best to take an iconic building,
right?
Because they know the building. They may not know you, but they know what you went into, and they always spark some kind of curiosity, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on in that?
What happened in that church?
Yeah, exactly.
And you'd have to find look at the demographics of the neighborhood too, like.
Yeah. Not everyone's into the same things. Yeah, absolutely.
You got an area. You got streets. You got neighborhoods. Yeah.
I wanted to It's funny, like we were talking like in real life and stuff like that. I wanted to make the staggering Ontarian I was telling you about. The guy that just like fucking goes to breweries across the province, and then he tests out the beer and stuff. So it's like, oh, where am I going today? Today I'm going to Collingwood, and it's like, oh shit, it turns out there's three breweries in Collingwood. I'm going to try and hit them all.
How could you tie that into a brew pub? You could.
That wouldn't be a brew pub. That would just be like a craft brewery channel of Ontario.
Check this out. If you do that, wherever your headquarters is, your brew op or your whatever, you could feature the Stumbling Ontarian's favorite selection as tall cans.
Yep. That's true.
Yep. And then you could
the staggering Ontarian's choice of the brew of the week.
Choice selections. Sell that at your brew pub.
Yep.
Follow the showies. Recording. Just checking. I like this conversation.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it still is. I like that it's like loud. You can see how it's like.
Oh, or where the engaging points of the conversation is and whatnot.
See how it's going beyond the tops and the bottoms. That means that at that point it's freaking loud.
Yep.
Which is good. It's great. A little bit of overdrive. Never hurt anybody. I got software that I use. I have a subscription that I can take the audio track, send it to a website, and they give you a transcription.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I like it. Very handy for meetings, which I consider this at this point as a meeting.
Yep.
Which I love. I love meetings. Thanks for being here, Mike.
Yeah, man. I'm enjoying it.
This is cool. All you need is one other person.
Yep.
If it's yourself, okay.
You can still jot down
You can
ideas
get
and
work done.
make it work and whatnot.
But when you're bouncing ideas, that's where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah, because like it's almost like what is it? You're just constantly adding to it, right? Like we repel
Reflecting your...
not repel ideas, but like bounce ideas off each other. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're just on your own, it just kind of like goes one thing. But if you say one thing, it triggers something in my mind, and then I bounce it back.
Because we're like both, we're like, we don't know the depths of each other's mind.
Yeah.
Like if you send a signal, it's like dropping a penny down a well or something. Like,
well, you know what? Actually, a DIY brewing co-op. So let's say like you have your brewing equipment, me, you, Curtis. We talked about like.
They have that in Barrie, kind of, that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a brews.
Oh yeah, there's like a brewing association in Barrie somewhere.
I don't know, but I know Brews Plus on Ann Street, and this guy he'll brew for you, but he like lets you do it, and it's like in his shop though. That's where the things are going, like different wine buckets and all that.
Yeah.
So like he'll probably like oversee it or whatever, and he'll like whatever you got to do it every now and then.
Yeah.
Check it, all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did we write that down? I think we did, probably. So, brewing co-op, that's kind of what that idea is.
Yeah, the brew-op.
The brew-op. Although, so the DIY thing is kind of like lower key than a co-op. Because a co-op, you're assuming like buy-in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're assuming like partnership, kind of. Co-op. I'll just write /DIY. Yeah. So, do you want to know basics about brewing? Do you know basics about brewing?
No,
what do you know about it?
I don't know a damn thing other than like you need yeast, you need I want to say hops, but you actually don't need hops. Hops you need for specific beers, right? You don't necessarily need the hops though.
Mostly you probably don't.
Mm-hmm. Barley.
I've never actually used like fresh hops. Never did anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you get like if you're buying a kit. Okay, so let's write some ideas. Okay, so yeast, sugar. This is what the yeast will eat. And I would say nutrients. So if you have these three things, and of course water, obviously, sanitation, because if something else infects that shit, you're fucked.
Yep.
Right? If you get a vinegar in there or whatever, it'll just eat it. So this is the key components of it. Yep. So sanitation, sterilization.
Yep.
Whatever process. So you have to kind of follow certain processes. Like if you're bottling something, you want to use. There's certain sanitation methods. What did I do? I think I personally use bleach. Just fucking bleach it out and then wash it out.
Yep.
Good to go. So you can use bleach, Star San. It's just a product that you don't even have to wash it out all the way. Like it's kind of like it just kills shit. But bleach, you want to make sure you rinse the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
so you don't have any of that left.
Yeah.
So yeast will eat sugar, but if it's just sugar, if it's pure sugar water, you're gonna run out. Like you'll still have sugar left, and the yeast is like can't metabolize anymore because it needs shit to metabolize. Like it needs nutrients essentially. That's why that's necessary. So I'll give you an example. When I did my 200, wait, was it 200? No, it's 120 liter garbage. This was like a garbage can. This is how I did this for a couple times. I used tomato paste. Simple. That was the nutrient for that. And I used baker's yeast.
Baker's yeast, yeah.
You would hardly believe that, but baker's yeast, sugar, literally fucking 10 pound, 20 pound bags. I think it was the fucking... I bought them at Costco. So it was like the 20 fucking kilo.
It was for, yeah. 20 kg.
Yeah, big ass bag. So this is an example of a brew that will work. And I use like 3 cans of those little mini tomato paste.
Yep.
Bunch of fucking water. Literally a garbage can.
How many milliliters would you say the cans were? Smaller than a pop can?
What was it? What are they, like 150, 120?
Oh yeah.
They're like the condensed. They're really condensed ones. Not that you need to know this recipe, because what I did with this was distill it. Doesn't matter what happened, how it tastes or anything like that. If you're distilling it, you're just getting alcohol out of it, right?
Yep.
So for a quality beer product, you never want to do this, but this is an example of basically all you need, because without the tomato paste, it won't process this, right? So this is the distill brew. It makes some nasty ass shit that's whatever. I think maybe like, let's see, I think you can get up to like 13%, 14% before the alcohol itself starts killing the yeast. Like there's an upper limit of that. Let's just call it 15%. And that's it. This is a protocol for a bucket.
Yeah, basic fucking brew.
That's it. So now, instead of that, what you want to start with is like these buckets. I want to say it's like a 30-liter bucket. So, and also the yeast. I think the kit. So this would be like a kit brew. I'm pretty sure it will come with yeast. Yeast packet. So it's like a little square.
Yep.
Right? You put that in. So you'll get a bag in a box. You know, Stewart stuff.
Yep.
Bag in a box. So yeast, you'll get a yeast packet instead of water. So nutrients, that's all included. Bag in a box. And you'll add water. Yeah, because it's like a concentrated, like syrupy kind of bag of syrup.
Yep. Extract?
Yeah. So yeah, it's like mostly like malt, whatever grains, malt, barley, bag of syrup, barley, etc. Depends on what type. So you get different kits. Different kits for different beer. There's probably like 15. If you go to a store like Brews Plus on Ann Street, you'll see like 15 kits. Yeah. Different, whatever type of beer you want, and it'll make fucking fantastic beer. That's what you want to do your first one. Don't fuck around with other shit. That's what I did, because I was making cider and shit from Costco apple juice and all that. You can do it, but I would, if you want a cool product to start off with and to like feel good about what your product is, do a fucking brew kit. Bag in a box, add water, sanitation, you still have to worry about that. Because your container is like a 30-liter bucket with a lid on it. Those things are like this high off the ground, and like a lid.
Yeah, almost like you said, garbage can.
It just sits on. These are smaller though. That garbage can was like fucking massive that I was using. This is a specific brew thing that you can get from Brews Plus on Ann Street. I don't know why. That was where I went to get shit. They have buckets, a brew bucket, and just the gas comes out. It's not like snap tight. It's like just comes out the top. One way container. And so for your first times, definitely 15 liter, let's say times 2, I don't know, just have enough water that you know you're going to be okay. I don't know how much it calls for, I forget, but those Costco or wherever store, you can get a standard water cooler. Water cooler bottle. That way you know that there's no bacteria, there's nothing, you don't have to sanitize the water itself, you don't have to worry about it, because that's incredibly important. The only time you have to worry about this is for bottling.
Okay.
Because that's where you're introducing potentially like the vinegar thing, like they can go bad. You'll know because in a couple weeks, just either boom, like they're shattering, the tops are popping off. You do not want that, obviously. Yeast packet included. Should be. So the kit gives you everything you need. Bag in a box with a bunch of syrup. You add some water. You only have to worry about sanitizing when bottling, and the bucket, I'll say, because definitely if it comes from the store, I mean, you don't know where that was, and each time you'll have to sanitize it after doing a brew. And the bucket, bottling the bucket, that's where you have to worry about it. And that's it. Follow the instructions. This is the basic kit brew.
All right.
There's nothing. I shouldn't say there's nothing else you need. There's a thing called a hydrometer, and it's it looks like a floating thermometer. It has like a kind of thick base and then a really thin top. You drop it in, you'll find that the sugar pushes it up out of the water, so it'll show you, like, it'll actually show you on the line, like where the water level is on that thermometer, what percentage of alcohol you're going to get out of it. That's how you know. So when you drop that in and you think everything's done, I mean, you'll know that, give it a few days, the foam will start coming, you'll start getting a head on it, and then the head will go down, and then you'll be like, okay, is it time? It should be a standard time. You drop the hydrometer in it, sanitize it, drop it in, and if it's at 0, then you know, like, it's the yeast has eaten the sugar.
Yeah.
So always sanitize that before you put it in, and test. Use it to test.
Cool. I like this.
That's it. You can have that card.
Good man if you do.
That's almost it. I'll give you another card for the bottling procedures once I remember them.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's
you know when we get to this point.
that's complicated as well, a little bit. There's some work,
a little more so than the brewing.
Some work to be done. It can be a little more involved. So like I said with mine, I did bleach. So it's like you're lining up a whole bunch of bottles, making sure there's nothing actually physically in it. Because I recycled bottles, I would use stuff from here, or like, I mean, you don't really want to use, this is too small. You have to use half liter, right? You have to. You have to make sure it's clean, all that kind of shit of debris. Fill it up with a solution so what I would do is like put like 3 drops of bleach in or something like that in each bottle. I think that's what I did. And then fill them up with water. Let them sit for a while. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna take a leak.
Right.
But you get the idea?
Yeah.
You'll be right on your way, Mike.
I'm looking forward to it.
You updating your business partner?
He's jamming.
I have found the secrets.
I have the content.
Yeah, he's jamming, eh? That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, like on the other side of the highway, like off of Commerce Park. They're actually like playing there, and they said we were
a gig?
No, like just like this. There's like a shop, and they're fucking.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Commerce Park. Does he go there a lot? Is that?
No, it's like I think this is the first for him actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does he want you to drop by?
I dropped him off there.
Oh.
And his buddy.
You didn't want to hang out there?
Well, I thought the people would be coming here, so I was
That's
like,
what I thought too, man.
Yeah.
Where's all the people?
I guess it just happened to be one of those coincide nights that everyone's just like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's awfully cold out today.
Yeah, sure.
So, sometimes something like that, people walk outside like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm already home. But
Yeah?
I'm staying here. Right.
True that.
I asked Ken if he was coming. He was like, nope. All right, well.
No, he's on a sabbatical.
Yeah, he's not. He's detoxing.
Yeah.
Detoxing right now.
Yep. Yeah. I
Good.
talked to him.
Dude,
I heard you guys went for a brew.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's he doing? Seems good.
Oh yeah, he's good. I didn't see him in like 2 weeks,
and all that.
and he was actually like and this is like rare for Cam, but he was like, I actually been blazing the last little like 10 days. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, because Cam, like, I always go over to visit Cam. Cam
Yeah, he's not a
typically drinks.
blazer.
He's not.
Yeah.
Remember, he was when we were younger. He was like big into like
Oh,
he had
yeah.
fucking he had bullet and stuff.
Yeah.
I never thought about it, but I was like, he's like, yeah, he doesn't though. He doesn't really blaze, but now he's been getting back into it. And the reason why he didn't before, but we would drink and he would blaze, and then he would get like munchies like hardcore. But he's like he's actually able to blaze and not. He's disciplining himself.
And just, with the munchies.
Yeah,
Holy fuck,
because
man.
it's like it's
He's finding
counterintuitive.
himself a little niche there, eh?
Yeah, because he can't drink because it'll make him eat, and it's also like calorie intake, right?
Yeah.
There's no calories in blazing, but the side effect
The
is
munchies,
usually the
yeah,
munchies,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So he's found some kind of like common ground, if you will, where he can blaze and just kind of game, and
Cool,
then
man. Exploring, yeah.
yeah, he's taking his alternatives.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool to see that. And I haven't like he's like I'm sorry I haven't called you. I have to come like hang out and stuff. Like, I don't worry, I understand. I'm a bad influence. I'll usually come over, blaze, and we'll have a drink and we'll munch out, right? Like again,
Yeah.
I'm not like I know that you had your December was full of liquid cheer and whatnot. So I won't press you. And I mean, like, I understand because usually that's what I want to do is smoke a joint and fucking.
Yeah, he's on like a month now. Well, I mean, he was
10 days. When I saw him yesterday, he said 10 days of like straight not drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like yesterday was the first time he had a drink, and he probably had like maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually really good again for Cam to have that amount over an extended period of time too. So
I want to support him.
yeah, he came to the conclusion. He was like, I'm an alcoholic. Like he's like, I definitely drink all the time.
He's damn right. He is an alcoholic.
Yeah, he's like you know as well as I do. That's what I am. He's like I don't want to stop. I'm just tired of this fucking drinking all the time nonsense.
Yes.
He's like I don't
It is
need
fucking
this
nonsense. That's how I'm feeling too. I'm currently, and I keep going off and on this, but fuck, I want to and I need to at least just do Fridays. Like if it's on Fridays,
that's more or less what
I
Cam
got the
said.
whole week to kind of sober out and like, and get back like the weekend to kind of sweat it out and whatever.
Yep.
And you're back to back to me like.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing, like, because I'm on the opposite spectrum of Cam. Well, maybe not anymore, but I don't like to drink alone, so I don't, right? And I'm not the kind of person that'll even have one. Like, if I don't have company to drink with, I'm just not drinking. It's as simple as that, right? Like, I have no intuition, no desire to do it or anything like that. Yeah. But blazing, I wouldn't say like I'm off my fucking rocker in the terms that I blaze a lot, but like I'm within the 0 to half gram department of like daily consumption of pot.
Yeah.
And
that's bit me a lot. Like
it's such
living with my wife, as you can imagine.
Yep.
I can't like I'll put it very straight and simply.
Mm-hmm.
I lose my presence
Yep.
when I smoke.
When you start smoking?
Like, I go into my own world. I get tired, and I'm like, somehow I don't.
Would you like some of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow I don't feel. Speaking of, I don't feel like
performing daily functions or like your ambitions go out of the drain.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm not there. I'm not engaging.
Yeah.
That's
Me and you have had this conversation before, because I remember we had actually incidentally lined up in a period of time where both you and I had not blazed for a period of time.
Oh yeah.
And our conclusion as to like the result of like perspective and how we our brain functions, we're actually quite similar. There was a surge of energy, a willingness to explore new ideas.
It's so conflicted with this fucking.
No. It's not. I don't consider weed is like this. It's an interesting breed of.
I have so many meditations about weed. Like it's.
Well, yeah, because like
it's crazy.
It's like, okay, so if you're in the fucking like worst, you're having a really shit day and stuff like that. You're like, I just need to forget that this day fucking happened. All right, like I want to fucking smoke a bowl. It'll numb everything. I'll feel good, and that's that. And but when you're fucking like having a great day and you're doing really well. And then you're like, fuck yeah, let's fucking smoke bowl and I'll celebrate. It actually produces the exact same feeling if you were upset and trying to erase the day. They literally are on both ends of the spectrum. It'll just bring you to that like numb, like, it doesn't even matter. I feel so good right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's literally nothing different about them. And it'll kill everything. So it's like, it's extremely subtle.
Did you want to try roll something or?
Oh, we could, if you want. I got that.
Might as well.
There's still this little bit.
It's the boom boom room, right?
Yeah,
this is what we do here.
Exactly. I'm down. But
a little pinner.
Yeah, but I don't like to speak negatively of it, because it definitely provides a great escape if I needed to.
You know,
but it's very easy to abuse that escape.
Oh, fuck is it ever?
Right.
Here's the thing.
It doesn't do detrimental damage to you, but in a sense it kind of does, because if you use it every day, that's one less day of proactivity that you didn't get done or something like that, you know?
Let me try to explain this one thing. When I'm not smoking and I'm on my mission, because of the experiences that I've had spiritually, my mission is like fucking give me the will of God. Yeah. And it's like top shelf, like fucking right on it.
Yeah.
And that's tough for a body, a being to deal with that shit and the conflict of the world. And like, I can't stay on that game. I'm only human. I can't stay there for extended periods of time, and I need that break. Yeah. And this is something that it gives me that break.
I know.
You know? How fucked is that?
100%,
but like
100%, Brian, 100%.
Like I have compassion for myself in that way, and it's like, you know, okay, right? You know, like I'm driving towards my goals and towards what I think is right, and my life is on an upward spiral. Yeah, you know. So like, take a break. Yeah,
I know, and that's like, I think that's like the nature of the drug. It's just like just a brief break, but if you use it every day,
it can be so fucked, man.
You're just constantly on break if you smoke it all the time, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm not progressing. I'm not getting any worse. I'm not getting any better either.
Yeah, I never want to get into multiple times a day again. But I'm sure I will sometime, but I never do want to get there.
It's like those phases, right? Like there could be some kind of like down scenario in your life where it's just like you just need that constant escape for a bit, where eventually it just becomes routine. But then things slowly start to get better, and you're like, I don't need this anymore.
And you need that lifesaver though, like someone to like friends. You need friends that'll tell you, you know. Yeah.
Like, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, and you're like, how has this been like this?
To like boost each other up, you know, out of that kind of shit. Because you can get depressed and all that shit, man.
Yeah. Well, fine. We're gonna
just I'll be here. Pardon?
Weed is like as a very mild sedative, but powerful enough that it can still cloud your ambitions, your pain, a lot of things, but just enough to the point where you just can't quite fully connect, I guess.
Yeah, for me the word is presence.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of like. I kind of lose that, and like not in like a small scale or whatever, like just chatting with friends, you know, like that doesn't matter, it's fine. But if I was to go do a presentation or something for a bunch of people and shit, I don't want to fucking be high, you know. If even live streaming like that, I don't want to put that out.
Yeah,
that's not. I don't want to put it out. I know I'm not there. I know I'm not 100%.
And like it lacks the passion behind it.
Yeah.
At the same time, whereas like if you don't blaze and you just fucking kind of carry about it, you sound. Some people can.
Some people can fucking do that.
I know you're talking. Oh yeah, this is the original. You probably don't even recognize it after like playing the version.
Is this Cameron's?
Yeah, from 05.
See, I knew that.
Yeah. But it's just like the two riffs, basically, and then the ending.
Yeah.
It has no flair, no nothing. It's extremely bare bones.
I'm pretty sure me and Cameron did this in that drum software, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Not Fruity Loops, but it was another one. It was like Linux drum software.
Yeah.
Good call. That's some old school.
So old school. I got a few little goodies of like people material on here.
Yeah.
Curtis played a little acoustic set, and he did 63415, which is like my favorite song by him. He hates playing it, and I didn't record it. I was so upset.
63415?
Yeah.
Is that one of his songs?
Yeah, it's the name of the song too. 63415. It's chords. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Curtis said he was going to message me regardless. I don't think he is. Actually, he might, because they usually finish around 11, so who knows. Original one demo. What does it say? Original one demo. Original one demo. Incomplete? Incomplete! Yeah, that's what it is. So good.
And we don't even play this shit anymore, man. I wish we did.
It should have been. It's still incomplete.
I know. Well,
15 years later, because you still have lyrics to it. Really? And it's funny because it did have lyrics once upon a time, but they were not good lyrics.
No, they didn't have lyrics. This was the lyric. This was like the Phil days. The Phil days. We never really liked the lyrics that he made.
Yeah, how he sang them.
Yeah. I can feel it.
Can you feel it too? Oh my god.
It's the story of you.
Yeah. Alright, here's what this I wrote lyrics to this fucking song with Cam. This is just before that time too. yeah. So, oh no, oops. Damn. Here we go. We can gain the courage, that was a thing then forever did. It's so weak to live in fear, the cowards we are, have a few. Content with dissatisfaction, one day has failed, one day of action. Where do we stand within our minds? The thoughts or else the truth they'll find. Foundations begin to crumble with no delay. We will fumble, our leaders corrupt the classes. Today's empire, tomorrow's fascist, to retaliate or to be died. No rock remains, no alibi. Lack of concern for the earth, no possible chance of rebirth.
Fuck. Except that goes against typical Buddhist doctrine.
Yeah.
Because you just keep going around in the wheel, you keep being reborn, and that's the problem.
Teenagers' lives, they're living to die. We have to push for eradication. There's only one world and only one nation. Why hesitate to reconcile? Why we so proud and living defiled? Living without expectation, we'll kill ourselves for procrastination.
That's somebody's been paying attention.
That was 15 years ago.
Somebody was paying attention. Fuck. Yeah, a lot of my lyrics, like early lyrics, were always like about the conflict.
Yeah.
Because you just sense it, you feel it, you're just being grinded through your fucking gears.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
born into this world, you're just fucking born, and now it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now I know what it's to be an adult. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. And fuck everybody and whatnot. You're like, no, we can do this. Like, there's people that are like devoting their whole life to just trying to correct their wrongs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, no,
Yeah.
they care so much more passionately about the fucking CEO of some company that's like,
Yeah.
just gotta make money. And don't get me wrong, CEO is very passionate about making money.
I hear you.
But the fucking other people are like, well, no, money is useless if we have nothing else. Like,
Do you want to hear something crazy? Do you believe that most people in this world desire peace and want to get along with their neighbor?
yeah, most people. Yeah, I would say like an 80-20.
See, a fairly vast majority.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I would
Okay.
think so.
This is the tinderbox for this kind of idea, for the idea of healing, for the viral mimetic medicine,
Yeah.
for the medicine that spreads from one to another.
Yeah,
That's the tinderbox that most people actually put themselves in other people's shoes all the time,
yeah,
and to whatever extent they've been spiritually enlightened, or maybe not at all, but they can still feel pain when other people have pain, right?
Mhm.
Most people are like that.
yeah.
That's
I think-
the fucking tinderbox of the world,
Yeah.
for a viral mimetic medicine.
I think our generation, like your and mine, and specifically.
This is why we've already
we-
fucking won this game.
Yeah, we are the cusp people. The people are like we saw what it was like before, but grew up in the
Isn't that
transition.
weird? We're right on the straddling
transition
it,
of-
eh?
Because like a generation younger than us, especially like those
They've
grown up in
only
cities,
seen that.
they've only known.
That's all they know.
only, so like for
It's
them,
how fucked up it is.
they're just gonna know that, and then
They don't even see the hints of a good childhood and the good upbringing.
Yeah.
They're running around in your neighborhood to explore it. And
Yeah,
all that shit.
exactly.
They never even know what that is.
Yeah, but it's really, really weird because I think our generation and our parents' generation has a stronger sense of community, which is a bit of an oxymoron in and of itself. But I don't know how to quite to describe that, because we were outdoors with each other, we did things with each other and stuff like that. But people are engaging in different ways now.
Yeah.
Despite that not being able
Yeah.
to see you,
It's
I've made a
interesting.
friend through playing my games online and stuff like that. And these are people that, like, not me personally, but I know my cousin, my fucking nephew, and like friends of mine have made good friends that they've never met in person, that they would actually
Yeah.
happily go see.
Oh man, like my network right now. Love you guys.
Yeah, but like, and that's the thing though. Like, there's people that's what they look forward
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean?
A
They
lot
don't,
of-
they don't
a lot
go
of people
out and
change.
like and socialize with people. They're looking
The
forward
environment has changed.
to
big
the
time.
environment and the
It's all
accessibility has
online,
changed.
electric,
Yeah.
electronic.
Which is actually huge, because you could, small towns and cities like Barrie only have so much access to the way people will want to interact with other people. But via the internet, you could connect with anybody, anywhere, at any point in time,
Yeah.
as long as they're awake.
Yeah.
So your like likelihood of interacting with people you have like-minded thoughts with is actually substantially greater than going in fucking like downtown Barrie and meeting people.
Because this whole city, you could explore the whole city and you'll never get even a taste of the world's perspective.
Exactly.
And how technology filters people together and that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Like, echo chambers are one thing, but also you have, like, the good Illuminati.
Yeah.
Like, together doing that
yeah.
shit. Like, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely...
And the new generation, millennials and all that kind of shit, even though they've only seen this extreme of fucked up society, and they're just like, oh, this is all normal, this is normal, until it's like, wait, my life is fucked, this is fucked, we're all fucked together, and everybody's like can't even talk to each other because they're on their phones and and they can't even, they don't have communication skills to look someone in the eyes and talk to them. So that causes, there's a word for it, enantiodromia, which is the effect of when we have one extreme. This is in like a dichotomy. You have one extreme, the other appears. The other comes into view. Of like, whatever it is, good and evil, this kind of shit. You see one extreme and the other comes into view. So it doesn't matter what path you take, up or down, any dichotomy. If you go extreme enough, you'll find the other side. That's a fucked up thing. Oh man, I'm glad we smoked this joint.
Oh man, how well did you like watch Black Mirror? Do you know a lot of the episodes?
No, just a few.
Just a few. Did you see
saw the one
Stripey Vipers
with the memory where the guy they could replay memories and shit through their eyes or some shit, and like one where they brought back old dead like your wife or something would like come back, but they wouldn't be them. It's just like all the memories of who they are in social media. They use an AI to make it into a person. But it's like it's not quite them. But it's like
they know all the right things. Like,
according to the signs, they're giving all the signs, but it's like there's not that new fresh dynamic of life. That life force in that being doesn't exist anymore. The spark of life. Right? That's why I like Black Mirror, because they can get into that kind of shit.
It's not an episode of Black Mirror if it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Gabber said that to me yesterday.
What have you guys been watching? I saw like 2 years ago or 3, whenever it was coming out, I think.
Honestly, he just put it on, and it's been a while since I've seen it. There was White Christmas, which I saw, which I remember being really fucked up. And then a Black Museum. That one was really cool. That's what we're the fucking.
I probably haven't seen it. When I seen it, there was only 6 episodes. So if there's more, then that's. I don't know about that shit. There's one where it's like a game show where people are living in these little cubicles, but they would come out and like play games all together in these rooms, but like it's popularity contests and shit. Everything is live streamed. Every single person is live streaming. Every single fucking person in society is live streaming. And it's like there's these popularity contests. And it's the story of a guy going through his little life to get the attention of so many people, and at the end he's on this stage like in front of a crowd, and he like fucking kills somebody or does something. He just snaps, and it's like and everyone watches it live and shit or something. I forget what it
they made a movie. They made a movie on that, and it was a while ago.
Spoiler protocol.
What the fuck?
Spoiler. They made a movie about attention of crowds, live streaming becoming a weird ass fucking technologically augmented part of the social collective net.
It was weird though, because this movie I think came in like 2006.
It was thick. It was a thick
2006. I'm pretty sure. I want to see if I can find it. Oh, it's
all you got.
That's my last draw.
Just one draw.
Hey, Brian. I'm fucking happy I came out too, man.
Oh, buddy.
Good to chill with you. I don't know the last time I actually just chilled with you. Yeah, please, if you don't.
I know, like, just you and me, If, when, whatever.
Oh, it's been a while.
I mean, yeah, like back in the Stewart days and all that, like, hanging out with Cameron a lot.
Hey, Brad. What if we pick up every box and every time we pick it up we go,
yeah. What if?
yeah. And then I still remember like coming across the senior aisle and just hearing
every single pick.
And I was like, oh, it was like going on for a week. But also, like driving, like coming out of like B aisle, and then see you like come up with your camera like in hand as you're driving. You're just like, oh yeah, welcome to episode 2 of What Did Marvin Break Today?
I love flip phone.
Yeah.
Shit, though.
No, you had like a camcorder.
Oh fuck no! Did I? I know at least one. I thought I had the little flip at one point. Either way, I remember having those videos saved, and I had a folder for Stewart's and like some shit in the letters that I wrote to. I wrote a whole letter to like Jeff and Tim or whatever about putting fucking similar products right fucking beside each other, you assholes. Like, move the fucking box regular fries away from each other. Yeah. Just don't have them look like each other at all. Yeah. That'll be better than your harebrained management idea of fucking, it should the warehouse should look beautiful. This is the fry box section.
That's not how you get the product to the customer. Yeah.
When the customer walks through, it should look beautiful. Upper management wants to know what this is all at a glance.
Check out our wonderful facade.
I'll impress upper management next time they walk through. Who fucking knows what their fiat concerns?
That's naming a brewery called Facade and saying that it's all about the bottle. What? Doesn't make any sense.
Man.
The special bottle, yeah. Facade
Brewing Company. The special bottle brewing company. See what power an index card can give you?
Yep.
We could have a chain. Like, this is the narrative of our brewing. Wait, you have one in your pocket. We started with this. There's a secret card there. Technically, we started with Zettelkasten game. That was the first card that I played.
Yep.
Fuck, there's a history to this. I never even realized that until I just fucking laid this shit out. Yeast, sugar, nutrients. So this was the sugar kit. We'll call it the distill brew kit.
Actually, just out of curiosity, draw a card from your actual, like one of your decks, and let's see
a card, any card,
out of your deck, and let's see what it says, and see if we can apply it to all the things that we've just laid out for us.
That's crazy.
But let's see if we can know.
Wait, this is the Randonaut protocol. I never realized that it can be like this.
Optional. Make sure you put it as optional.
Not.
This is like a chance card.
Any protocol is in or out. Like you can play it as a rule or a thing or do whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'd thought of this before. It was like rolling dice. So that's one thing. Like let's say you have 6 cards laid out, 1 through 6. Roll a dice, or even better yet, let's say all the white cards here. 4. 4-sided dice. This would coincide with that holographic perception mechanics I was talking about, which is the logo. I'm doing a tangent here, which is cool. 1, 2, 3 aspects. Let's say a concrete, abstract, mimetic. The whole on. The thing itself. The object in time that you're interacting with, space, reality, space-time, all this shit. Anyways, so let's say it's 4. Roll a 4-sided dice. So rolling dice, 4-sided, and let's say we get a 3. Boom. Now we're going to play this card. Like if say we can't decide what to do, we just can't decide what to do. Right? So
this is the matter of efficiency too, because you don't have to. You know that all systems work.
Face up.
You know that all systems work. So which one do you choose? Like, well, leave it to chance, and you roll the dice, and you say, okay, well, all right,
like
we're going with it. We're going with
the
this
coin. I never thought 1 or 2.
The coin, but no, that's the dice. That's the dice,
1
right?
to 2. It is. Yes. But there's potential. So we have a 12-sided, a D12, we call it. This is, I just meant D2, and there's D4. It does exist. It's very fucking weird though. Like football shaped kind of. Yeah. But 4 sides. Yeah. So yeah, to decide. So this, and I noticed I put random nut protocol. I know about this because I've used this and it's somewhere in my deck. I'm not going to try and find it right now. Definitely not. But also because I wanted to add this. So if I found that card or something related to that. So you were saying pick a card at random from your deck, comma, and see, my writing sucks, if
got it for the most part,
we can use it somehow.
Yep. Oh yeah. See if it applies. See if applicable. Use it somehow applicable. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
That's the other part of that protocol. I didn't realize it exists.
Yeah. I wonder. I'm now curious if we can draw a card and then apply it to our. Are you recording this?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So there's something going on. Right.
Deck for sure, man. So I wanted to add an option. You can choose from the deck, or I put a slash. Zettelkasten.
Yeah.
Zettelkasten is that box.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I chose that at random from that pile.
Mm-hmm. What's it going to be?
This is not an intentional deck. So this is a subset selection of that, which is different from that one.
So you should technically go
some
from this
odd ways. We could sample from approximately 100 cards versus 350. And it's the same.
350.
At this point, I don't even know what's there.
Difficulty would be measured by chance, which is based on the pool that you're choosing from. So the bigger the pool, the smaller the chance.
You have no idea how this is organized in any way, what's on what side.
So just pick a card?
If you pull a blank, you would pull another.
Right. Oh boy.
Pull one though.
I'm going to pull this one.
Yeah, just leave it like that for now. It's good.
Commitment problem.
Okay, so this was a note that I.
Oh, there's one card I need to shit.
That I put. Well, we were looking at this one, so this has to just. Yeah. That's fine. This is something I added after. This was the actual card. I processed my deck, so you picked something from my original deck.
Yep.
Not a new note. Yep. That's the context here. Yep. This is
This is an applicable problem, man. This is totally an applicable problem.
I'm sure it is. So I can see the central idea. This is a mind map. Somewhat traditional, but only having text. I'm only using text.
Yeah.
Just relating ideas. My goals. So that's what was there. And this is like, you picked like one of the most insane.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the tree.
Like, I could not have picked a better card out here. Look at my goals.
Yep.
Harmony with nature.
Yep.
Let's call it.
Yep.
Like, does it get any better than that?
Nope.
Harmony with nature.
Exactly.
That's good. Like, okay, here's another goal. To make my life more magical and exciting.
All right. Yeah. Taking an idea and running with it. All right. Boom. All right.
Mm-hmm. Help Hollow. So that's an organization, a technological. There's some really interesting stuff here. They can do this on a technological scale, backed up. Have you heard of Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You know blockchain?
Yep.
This is
It's
hollow.
all-
This is
all-
hollow chain.
Yeah, look. So my goals: make my magical and exciting. Boom, down at build community. Up.
Oh, I didn't even look there. Yep. Okay.
You see this tree?
You followed the line.
but
You skipped ahead of me.
Help!
This is
Polo.
my card.
Yeah. Help make my life magical. See, like you already did it. You already had the idea I was talking about. See, like boom, that's
the
connected
bridging,
there.
yes.
And the yeah.
We have a bridge.
Full circle. We have a bridge.
We have bridge. We have a bridge.
Dude.
So
Dude.
that's cool. Yep.
This is the starting a business application. Like if you have a group of people for a game, this is like definitely one aspect of how you could apply this. So like say like as we just did here, right? Let's talk about brewing, and we drew all those things and we made it all come out.
We made a narrative of our meeting. I love that.
And
I
then we
can't
transformed
fucking
it,
believe
and we drew
this,
a card and tried to apply it, which actually ended up like one of the most
being pretty awesome.
Yeah, like
If
it
nothing
was like
else.
the best card we could have drawn.
I believe so in this deck, yes, just because of these two things at least.
Yeah,
and Hollow,
right
is
away
cool.
though, like it was like the first two trees of like my goals, commitment problem, my goals, and like how you go about it, what's branched off here, and the bridge showed up right away.
Yep.
Everything we had just talked about, and like how to like address the game was already in the deck to begin with.
we talked about that.
And it was the first card
That's
that we
it.
drew. It was the first card that we drew
That's
from
the
the game. And
unbelievable
like,
part. Because you actually focused on this hardcore, this concept. You pulled it out of the intention field. This is one of the realities in which the world is saved. You'll see quantum shit like that happen, man.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're in the vortex.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're on track.
It's all about the connection, man. The bridges.
yeah,
The bridges are huge. Bridges are huge.
Making a narrative
Yeah.
of cards. A meeting. I've transformed it.
Yeah.
We transformed it. But just by laying them out in order of the cards that were made.
All ideas can connect. All ideas can connect. You gotta write that.
That's true.
Can. We shouldn't say will, but they can.
I applied capitals to the appropriate.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, man. I like it because I think like if a group of people sat down and just tried to like, what can we do?
You can like. So here's like a scenario. Imagine like showing up to a place where there's a problem or a crisis or whatever, a bunch of people, right? You got these starter decks and you lay out basics of how to play the game and what you're expecting to see. And you can just like let's say of blanks, like that's a standard size. You have like 10 of each color, 10 white, it's something like that. One elastic band. Boom. How many of these can you have?
Yeah.
With like in instruction cards, maybe 2 or 3 at most. Basic aspects of how to get this to happen. So you see it out there. You see a whole narrative of your group dynamic as it plays out.
I have another idea.
Okay.
To expand
Just
on
say
this.
it, man.
So you establish a certain point like this, where you get this kind of like game,
And then
down,
you take a picture of it.
but not well, yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing: like you lay down the foundation for the game, right? Like, let's say if you have a group, and then you have like, all right, there's 4 of us, right? We all work together, and we want to.
Yeah.
We need to bring.
You want to talk about your environment somehow.
Okay.
Something local to your
So we bust
context.
we bust out this game, right? But what it is. There's a preemptive setup to it. Like you explain the game, and then you're talking about like, all right, we're gonna have a meeting in a week today to try to brainstorm ideas. We're gonna use this game. So essentially, what you have to do is you take your own personal brainstorming, just yours, right?
Yeah.
And you make your deck out of it. You write down whatever it is on these IQ cards, and you write the fucking things down there, and you that's your brainstorm. And everybody else, all other 4 people, do the exact same thing, and they write their deck. So when they show up to the meeting, they cast a turn, and they pull any random card out of their deck, and they put it down, and like, okay, so what do you feel about this?
Yeah,
right?
and everyone tries to make their deck the best before you do this.
So it's
this
like
meeting.
you take the 4 rough drafts of the decks of everyone's personal deck, and you make your super deck, and then
it's almost like a meeting competition.
Right, exactly.
This is adding.
And again, it comes out like some people have the same ideas, right?
I'm aware of competitive modes. There's political and ideological battles.
Yeah.
This is a corporate battle. Battle of a corporation.
Yeah.
An organization, a group.
Yeah. And see, like, you know what's crazy about that is actually like takes the attention away, because the tension, because it's just like, here's
maybe
you
if
set
you've
up
got time to prepare a little bit.
But that's the thing though. Like, so like you have a week, and
you
like,
can
whatever, you just think of all the things.
You can like call up your colleagues and like play the game with each other to build your decks up. Then when you get into that meeting,
and you fucking, when you draw your cards, and it's like, then you talk about that. Like, does that work with this? Like, I want to shoot. Like, do you choose to keep this card, or will you discard it? Like, we all agree that this card is useless, so we can discard it. And we'll see if we can make another one apply.
Yeah. Yeah, there is the sacrifice pit, which, if you have 4 boards together,
because we'll have to, like, I mean, it's only fair to assume that there might be a card or 2 that just might not apply. Like, it's just not applicable. The not applicable
for the official record,
pile. For the not applicable pile.
And a pile. Right?
Yeah.
So this is just whatever's not making it into the final package.
Yeah. I feel like, but like, you think if you had like mass meetings of like, 10 people or whatever, and like, instead of like thinking, why should I present to you this idea? Everyone has an idea and they put it down, and then you all talk about it, and it takes the time out of like trying to explain something, because you're all brainstorming at the same idea. Where it's like, all right, well, we can take this, like, all right, let's talk about this, like, anything what comes to mind, and it's like, if no one draws anything, or it takes a while, then it's like, then it's probably not relevant. Sorry, not applicable. We cast our not applicable, next person.
Sure.
What about this?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I like the sound of this, and then just the ideas start popping up, and they go with it.
Because you're gonna have, like, if you're using this type of a setup with a board or a space, you're each gonna throw down a little bit. Everybody throws down a bit what they think is their most important thing.
And actually, like, that'd be good. So let's say, take a brand new sheet, right? Alright.
Everybody throws in during the meeting, so this is what we're talking about, the meeting. Start of meeting. Start of meeting. Everyone throws down. That's what it's called. Throwing down.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's like, I meant something different. I meant individual turns. But now, when you mention it like that,
to start the game,
for everyone, there's no first turn. First card, everyone draws their first card, and everyone puts them down. It's like, boom, 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 boom. Here's 6 cards, and it's like, okay, all right, let's go through this. Like, what ideas are on the table here? That's crazy. I really love that, actually.
Yep.
Whole, like, 1 card each per person simultaneously. Starts game.
Were you imagining that you would have your deck face down and pull the next card and just put it, or to intentionally sort through, like shuffle, deck shuffling?
Yeah,
that's fucked up. So you would have to have like a blank card on top. Like this would be the protocol, because some cards have something on the back.
Yeah.
Right. So you would have to. But, and I never thought of what I just put here blind deck mode, because typically what I'm thinking for the game is you have your deck sitting here, but you can sort through it and play any card you want out of it. This is kind of your working.
It's almost like your hand.
Your working memory, like a mind map, right? You can say, "Oh, I have an idea." Instead of saying, "Oh, I have an idea," you throw the card out, right?
It's like your hand. No, it's like your hand. So everyone has their deck, and maybe they shuffle and they take out a certain.
It's more of a hand. Yes, the decks of the. I'll just put a note. But normally, the deck is like, that's weird. A hand. The deck is like this.
The whole deck, or just like a certain number of cards in your deck?
Well, the idea of a mind map is that you're supposed to be able to pull up any idea you want on command and start talking to somebody about that.
Yeah.
So like my idea with the Zettelkasten is this is like your backpack where you hold stuff. You're not dealing with that right now. This is what you've pulled out for now. This is your arsenal, and you've organized that beforehand, typically. But you bring up an interesting mode that I hadn't thought about, which is to fucking shuffle the deck and like let the fucking ideas fly.
Yeah.
That's
like
the fucking randonauting mode.
Yeah,
this is randonaut protocol. Again, we're back there. Yes. I hadn't developed, even a further step, developed the randonaut protocol. So I've just called
blind
it
draw?
up here blind deck.
Blind deck, yeah.
You don't know what's next. You have a blank card on top of it.
Yeah.
And it's shuffled. And it's been shuffled.
Yeah. And you
awesome, man.
you just sit there.
Dude, I've got something to bring back to my network for these guys.
Yeah.
Because that's like a whole different people that I know.
Nice. That's awesome.
They'll eat this shit up so hardcore.
Nice. Perfect. I like bringing all aspects to the table as much as I can. Like it's just that's
I've lost the order though of the cards.
Can brew commit this one.
Can we reorder and then take a picture? So meeting.
Okay,
You're talking about meetings here. This is double-sided. Yep. This was the start of our corporate meeting competition.
This was in the center. Oh, we also had these two guys were present too. This is where it actually initially started.
Yep.
So that, down to this, down to somewhere over here. There should be a card in here somewhere between these two.
This one? That's the meeting.
Where'd this deck come from?
That, I think I just pulled that off of this.
Oh, okay. And I think these are all blanks. Oh, no. Brewing. Yeah, there it is. That's in between the two. So that's here.
Yeah, that's where one of the first things that we got into, yeah.
Yeah. And it's almost, I'm pretty sure this is the order.
And the kits.
Yeah.
Randonaut protocol. That's been out there for a while. Isn't that crazy? It just came back to this.
Yeah, oh, I know, right?
I mean, we talked about drinking and blazing for a bit. So, it's occurring to me that I need to draw a line, like, just fucking this way.
Because I think
and this
around here, or this one, or this one, it goes up here. Because this came up and then, like, some of this area sparked up after it.
Okay. Check this out. Standard view of the board. Wait, fucking no, so it goes there.
Yeah.
This is your deck area. So actually to physically engrave like using a thinner. It looks like there's like room for 4 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just paths. You know what I'm saying? Like intersecting paths.
Yeah.
This is narrative mode, I guess. It seems like the story of our meeting. Like,
Yeah.
I love that we can organize it like that.
How one thing stems to another. You know, you think about just where the conversation goes.
Yeah, and to keep track of it,
Mm-hmm.
and like we don't have any more cards. That's
the thing, because maybe on a random occasion you might only get to like here or here, right? So you almost look at the trending trending percentage.
Here's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you talk about one thing and how far you carry that conversation goes determines how likely you'll be able to make it like a successful idea or whatever. Because if nothing comes to mind when you're like drawing ideas, then maybe that idea just isn't good, right? Whereas like you have stuff like this where you know you have multiple, like it just keeps branching off. Then there's potential.
You're hitting seams of gold and iron.
Yeah.
Some diamonds. So check this out. The last thing we were talking about, I guess it must be here then if we're going to put them in order. The corporate meeting competition. It went through all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
And see the blind deck mode ended up triggering back to this.
Yeah.
So that's that card upside down.
That's yep. That's amazing.
Part of that.
Just Miss Curtis.
I
asked you like 15 minutes ago, and I looked down and I was like, we're at the
What's
shop.
he asking about?
If we're where I was at.
Oh well, duh. Where does he think you're at?
But I guess he's already on his way home.
That's all good.
I'm still having a fucking blast.
Oh yeah, man. We don't need anybody disturbing this. Hey, can you lock the door though?
Yeah.
If he's not coming, eh?
Dude!
Yeah.
I feel like ordering a pizza. How long do you think we'll be here? What time is it?
Oh, you can go ahead.
It's only 11:20.
It is 11:20. I turned off the red light. Isn't that kind of like...
Yeah, without the red lights, it's a little different.
These are kind of semi-spooky, I thought. But red is actually more spooky. This is actually like something different.
It is a little bit more, but it's neon, so it's almost...
Yeah, fluorescent.
Yeah, could I place an order for delivery? 705-796-6670. Yes, sir. Could I get a large double pepperoni green pepper? Extra sauce. And yeah, that's good. Yep. Credit. Thank you, sir. Bye. Pizza has been ordered.
Holy damn.
Yes.
Good call. It's much brighter.
I really like this concept, Brian. I feel like this is an excellent way to like fucking team build.
Fuck, I agree, man.
You're really on to something. And so like we have the idea foundation laid out here. I think there's definitely something going on. You just gotta get your instruction manual.
Yeah.
Get the rough draft in.
It's coming up.
Yeah, like write down all of your ideas for the instruction manual like as soon as you get them, and then maybe go through it once more after it's done, and just be like, all right, so what do I really want in here? And then
Do you want to look at it? I have the manual. I can just send you a link.
left it right there, right? Or like you have like an
No, I have like it's like 6 or 9 pages now of just like initial ideas.
Yeah, I would.
But you'll understand, I think, a lot of it.
I would buy it. It might take me a bit to get
Minecraft Protocols.
Mm-hmm.
Was that was right after brewing the Brew Kids? Just somewhere in there.
It was in the conversation of Brew Kids. Minecraft Protocol. That might have been the initial one.
Maybe even initially. Yeah. This was initial actually. It was.
If it's Minecraft, yeah. If it's
It so
Minecraft
was.
Protocol, that's the first one.
That's one of the first things. Sweet.
That was designation. That was Minecraft Protocol. Was designation. Chris, man, if we can get fucking drunk and high and interpret the ideas behind
Oh, I'm glad you're with me, Mike. I'm trying to like use up all the white space.
it. So you know what you should do is organize two lines, but go left and right, and then drop left and right, drop.
2 lines.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kinds of thing.
Meaning all
Not
ideas
1, 2,
connect.
3, 4.
This was right before
Oh,
that one. Then that I drew like. Fuck, that's what just one of these or right there or whatever. Leave it here. I don't care. Capturing the data, you know. Archiving. It's kind of neat to have a microphone in the shot too.
everything's documented.
Except the camera turned wrong way. Readable.
Yep.
Better than the last picture. Yeah, at least there's remindables. Damn. Man, the card that we pulled, hey?
Yeah.
That you pulled. I mean, you pulled it out with like
commitment
with
problem.
no instructions.
Yeah.
It was like my goals.
Yeah. Alright, perfect.
Can you find a better
application? Plenty application for this one.
This one here, no one will ever believe that this fucking card came into existence right in the middle of this conversation.
Yeah,
if
random.
Pay close attention.
Random. Yeah.
Excuse me, how did you guys manage to and then scribble all the fuck over it? We have the bridge. We have the bridge. It's right there.
But that's the beauty about the game. Is because you might pull a card that's just like bam, and you're just like kaboom. All right.
We rando nodded for that. See. Fuck. This dang old narrative here. Quite the fancy little thing.
So you said the stuff that you had is we would just need the buckets?
Yeah. Well, like, I think I might have a hydrometer. That's what I was saying. Like, I think I have some equipment that you can just have. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's... And, like, maybe a bottle capper. Mm-hmm. With some caps. Get you started. So you don't have to worry about that. Das is sweet.
Das is sweet.
We are standing on the shoulders of giants, Mike. Which, very appropriate. Thank you for that noise.
One last cheers before I finish this.
Das Moosen. Moosenhead.
Moosenhead?
Das Moosenhead. I think that's funny. Das Moosenhead.
Das Moosenhead.
Ja. Ja. You can do that.
You can do it. You can pull that card.
Look at what I just did.
Hey guys, Das Moosenhead. Alright.
Yes. See, so now this has no applicability to anything. So I put it in the new pile. See, there's the blank and new.
Yeah.
That's what those two sections are for so far that I've identified.
Yeah.
Because you're new, you don't necessarily want it to go in your deck.
Yeah.
You just pull the card back to yourself and that's a new card. Yeah. I like it. If the board is functional. Right?
Yeah, new. Alright.
explain the... So this is more with like multiplayer or solos that I haven't figured out yet, but these anchors,
I think maybe the... So,
what's your idea for anchors? Hit me with it. What could you do with that?
alright, so idea.
Idea. We know we have an idea.
I got something.
Anchors?
So you have a dice, or a die, and each number is a representative to a turn, and dictates what you do on that turn. So, if you get, say, a number 1, you actually have to take one of your cards, hypothetically, take one of your cards and get rid of it, and now no longer apply or something like that. If you get a 2, you get a new card. 2 is a new card. 3 is...
Make a new card, you have to make a new card?
Yeah. You make a new card.
Right,
If it's 3, it's like player 1 or player 2 or how many players you have in there. Like so, like they draw a card. So if it's a 3, player 1 draws a card.
From where?
Their deck.
Oh, into your hand.
Yeah. If it's player 4, player 2 does, and 5, 3.
Oh man, I just thought about having a hand of like 7 cards.
Yeah, like
Starting off with a hand of 7 cards.
Yeah.
This is like Magic the Gathering protocol.
Oh, it's definitely getting there now.
This is MTG protocol. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Including memory palaces.
Yeah.
Referenced by card.
Yeah.
Yep, even diagrams or whatever, pictures, images.
So like that player rolls the dice and it dictates what happens on that turn or something like that.
Okay, so we got dice 3 roll. What's number 4?
So 3 would be like it depends on how many players you have in your.
Draw a card 3. If you're rolling a dice, and that's what you're.
But it's that player draws a card, or shit.
Yeah, like you take turns rolling a dice or whatever.
You gotta think about that.
On your turn, you roll a dice, see what happens.
Alright, no, let's...
This was cool. Let's start a new idea. Fine. I'll put it up here. Put it at the end of the stack. That's a protocol. Okay, so add new cards to the end of the stack if they're relevant. If we like them.
if applicable. Always applicable.
If not, comma, discard to new pile. So now we're keeping an ordered space here.
Yeah.
This is the meeting space, the narrative of the meeting. Which maybe this could be different from other maps that you make. So you have different map areas for multiple types, like your narrative and then your cosmos.
Yeah.
The abstract of the systems that you're dealing with. That's what it would be. Yeah. Narrative space, 4 cards, and then the process space, cards. It's just concrete and abstract.
Yeah.
Concrete, ABS, abstract. Yeah, so we'd have this. So maybe like that's so these anchors were supposed to go off into nowhere land.
Yeah.
You can just chain whatever you want off it.
Maybe you can create your own subcategories of like piles and stuff.
Narrative chains. That's what these are gonna go off. Those are narrative chains. Because you don't want them taking up the board space. Fuck yeah. They're going off the board in a straight line somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the middle. So yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. But they actually could line up, and I put 3 of them there because with the concrete being the closest to you, the abstract, talking in the abstract being slightly farther away from you, and this is where you're going to connect with a lot of other people. The concrete's going to be more personal to your life, but some people are connected really close to you, so they have similar schedules and stuff going on, right? And then this highest tier is basically the rules of the game will say how this all works together.
Right.
It's a weird holonic thing.
This is amazing.
Yeah. So there's that mode for this board. So I need to put in like lines with I have a 16th inch bit. You can do like finger lines too.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do. And to have, and maybe then I don't need this narrative. Remember how I drew that thing like?
Yeah.
Slinky lines, like maybe that could be there even. Like this has been cool and useful because there's nowhere to go that way.
Yeah.
I mean we could have snaked over here, right? But then it's like, you know, we're in a narrative mode of seeing what our meeting has been.
Yeah.
We're looking at the sequence of it. That's what we want. It takes up a lot of space, but that's what this whole board is being used for, right? That's our use right now. So this is okay, potentially. Different boards, different designs. Who knows what ends up being used, what people like. I have a feeling that even to have that thinner type of cut to go up and down, maybe it would be unappealing. If that's gonna be unappealing, pizza. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there's some lights.
Dispensary actually just opened up at these guys' plaza, eh?
Which plaza? Essa?
Essa and Arda.
Did it open?
Yeah.
Fuck, I seen that thing. Didn't look open like a week ago.
Went to go today, and just like jammed, parking lot jammed.
No doubt, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking Barry, of course.
Yeah, first
Dumbasses.
one, right? The first. I know, right? Why did it take this long?
Yeah. Nuggets of gold, Mike.
Nuggets of gold?
Nuggets of gold. It's been a night of nuggets.
Good. I want to make my contribution to your game. I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, man. Me too. I'm glad you recognize that. And I'm not surprised in the very least. Knowing you, not surprised at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
we've had a lot of crazy couch talks here too, eh?
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing.
Blazing away.
It starts off like that. Just a bunch of like cuckoo ideas, and then eventually people listen and they refine and they come back with an idea, and then slowly but surely you get to this product or service or whatever, and you make it happen. That's why I don't mind like talking about it, because if I say it and then someone's like, actually, if you just did this and twist it around, you can even do
somebody
this.
sees it. They see the hyperstition of the existence, the future existence of the object.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
perfect
prophecy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hyperstition. When you have the model, you see it. You see how it's going to work, and something becomes sustainable. In this society, it means hooking in with money streams, whatever, doing something useful. People think useful, whatever, according to the market. Well, the market is the market. Apparently, it's people.
And that's what people buy what they want, right?
I have yet to see it, but apparently, it's people.
But this is like an HR team's wet dream, man.
The obvious route. A corporate training company.
Yep.
make big bucks. Big bucks. That's your pen. I won't grease it up. This is a pen that probably doesn't work.
Write down a recruiting process on this somewhere. Because this would be a cool way, like temp agencies or whatever the fuck.
How to play the game. So corporate training program. And I put a symbol in there, ISO. It means isomorphism. And it basically means correctly, how to play the game correctly.
Yeah.
How to play the game in a way that matches nature, so to speak. Isomorphism, it's a mathematical concept about that something from one system translates to something from another system. It's kind of like they're meshing, they're harmonizing, they work together. Can hardly believe what I'm looking at.
Look at all the progress.
I know. Dash moose in head. That's a good one. That's pretty good. See, now I'm interfering with that, so I have to go back this way.
The thought process.
Don't want to interrupt the corner, right? So I got to modify this drawing actually. Maybe to make it more clear, because you can't interrupt the corner. So it can only be a little snake like this. Then it might actually look good. Might look intentional.
The orders of the thoughts.
Whatever that is. That way too. Yeah, this is a brain twister, man. I'm gonna get it. Fucking did it. Check that shit out. Fucking infinity sign. No. No.
Oh my god.
That can't happen. It can't happen, Mike. It just can't happen. You have no idea what's going on here. Neither of us understand what has just occurred.
Does that mean it's perfect?
Potentially.
If the game can just keep going and going.
Oh, it is an infinite game. That's what that's about. There's a concept, a term for that that's known. It's a game that has no end. That is auspicious. I had to calculate the mirror of that fucking one. Just thinking about it, boom, there it is.
They're like, wait a minute. Okay.
I had to come back for a second attempt. I was like, not computing. Anyway, so that's if you want to have narratives on the board. Which technically this, I guess, so this space can be used for either one. That's ideal. Yeah. Yep.
It's too damn good. It's just, it works too well.
Yeah. I'm convinced.
Right? And what makes it so much better?
Damn.
It's like players of 1 to as many as you want.
As many as you want, but there's an attention span, and it takes time to take turns, so. Kind of completes the diagram. Now, where did I put my cellular phone? My phone mule.
Right, is that on the table there?
Ah, that's the one. That do be it.
I've seen it. Every now and again I think about substituting the green pepper for onion. But I think all both are good in their own respect.
Sorry, what?
So every now and again I feel like substituting the green pepper for onion. What?
I'll tell you a secret. I just had onion pizza that I made, which was good, which is why I wasn't starving up until now. Yeah. It's really weird. The recipe, kind of weird. And I say that just because there's anchovies involved. But it's anchovy paste. And you don't even taste it. So you're mixing it in with purple onion or red onion, whatever the fuck it's called. Just like browned or whatever, throw salt in it, frying pan, high-ish heat. And the anchovy paste, and you just let it brown and then get tenderized, and that's part of the topping. Then oh man, take those cans of like pasta sauce from like, who the fuck is it that's like that more expensive one or whatever, name brand, you know what I mean, they have all the flavors of pasta sauce. But that as the base for the pizza, because they always have good stuff. We just had spinach and Florentine, whatever. good. And cheese. From Costco, you can get some good pizza cheese. We have a favorite from there, and fucking get a giant block and you can make as many pizzas as you want. Fuck. I just chowed it down. And the bread we got from K2 Milling in Beaton. Half Red Fife, half Loftus mix, and it's like such good. Like the Red Fife is a ancient grain, and it's heavier, kind of like thicker. Loftus is like the opposite, like the white kind, but it's like good stuff. So good. That's what it has more gluteny, I guess you say, which is nice.
I'm eating pizza right now.
Yeah. Oh damn. Of course you understand. I forgot who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, Mike. Yeah, I'm just rambling. I'm just a rambling idiot.
Us gluten tolerant people are not offended easily.
Yeah. That's the thing about this grain too, it's like less allergenic kind of stuff.
Yep.
For me, I react less, but pizza's pizza, man.
Pizza's pizza. Pizza. I'm squeezing one more slice, but oh man.
How you doing?
Saturated with pizza now.
Nice. Well, fuck, you just finish off like half of that thing.
I think it was half that I've had, yeah. I'm just like, oh, alright. Brian, you take when you can. I might have a slice later, but...
Nah, man. I've just been talking the whole time about how I just ate a whole bunch of pizza. But...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit. Lots of leftovers.
It'll either get finished at some point, or take her home. Even leave it in your cart. It'll just be cold all the time. Have it whenever.
Yeah.
Your car will smell delicious as soon as you get in.
Oh yeah.
What is that smell? As soon as it warms up and the heat starts circulating.
Am I baking something?
Is that pepperoni?
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. That's like. I've been having a lot of these memories lately, where I'm like, I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah, you know that it's gonna stick in there forever.
I never will forget that. Interesting. Help yourself, man. Dig into my half there, whatever you want.
Oh,
I might have one more later, but that's the limit.
I'm looking for the smallest slice. It looks like that one.
Probably the end. Although it seems to have the most green peppers on it, but it is maybe physically the smallest. Or
oh, yeah. I think you're right.
Either way, bon appetit. What a room to chill in, too, eh? Doesn't get better than that couch is. Like, we could have a party over if we wanted to, but we don't want to. We're just
I know, it's funny how it works.
And we could.
Fucking stuffed.
Stuffed. Nice.
Whew.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground. I'm glad.
It's midnight. We can relax now. We don't have to play the game anymore. You know, unless an idea comes up and whatever, it's there. But look at that accomplishment. Damn.
Yep.
And look at that.
And I mean, in the space
Look
of an
at
hour.
that goes right at the end. Random Up Pro. Oh, it's fucking. We talked about the Special Bottle Brewing Company about drinking and blazing. Drinking and blazing. We did. And that was in there. We talked about it. There's no details, but I mean, it's just a card.
Yep.
You know?
The topic that come up.
We don't have to hide from the fact that the topic came up, did we? Do we? Yeah.
Fucking A.
So I'm thinking, here's my business thing, proposition. Like, these things, this is really thick, it's 1/2 inch for one. You can get all different kinds easily of like even
Forward, so you can get
even
it.
half this, but then times 4 as a kit. So
Yeah.
you could sell one maybe thicker, like personal, and it's like fucking pogs, you know, like you have your own types.
Yeah.
You got your pogs, this type of pog and the foily type, and you bring your board. So that's the thing, like you'll have your own personal one, but then you'll have kits for like 4, just a
Yeah.
4-player startup game. Like with this elastic band and like how many starter decks, like say 10, 20 starter decks. It's just cards wrapped up with an elastic band.
Yeah.
With 2 or 3 cards on top of it. At the top, instructions, the game rules, right? Reminders of how to play it. And then so you do like a Kickstarter. You give like this prototype of the game and say, what can I do with this much money? And then it's like, I turn around, okay, Igor, I've got this much money.
Yeah.
It's that fucking simple, literally, to get whatever the fuck I want. Out of shit. I am the shop. You know what I'm saying? I just made that in like an hour. And then plus painting took like 2 or 3 of just doing coats and then walking away.
That's awesome. Yeah. Just like, alright, they're there. Sweet.
It's just a prototype, right? Like we could do mass production. Not mass, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. No,
enough that there's like a boutique market and stuff like for different kits
Yeah.
and types and like upgrades of like the inlays and stuff. Like they can do crazy shit. You know, like $500 for a board. If it's like got some crazy shit light up logo or like a prism with laser beams and shit.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck knows? Yeah. Yeah, so that part is solved. That's the easy part about that. Like the board, the physical, easy, who cares?
Yep. It's the cards.
The making of the rules and like solidifying how that works.
Mm-hmm.
The game is untold yet.
Yeah.
Like you're just watching it unfold right now. It unfolding itself.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
This should have been yellow, but it's still valid as a purple, and the purple means the ideal of what it is. Not that you care about it, but just that is what this is. Like this is the more archetypal of the game itself. Like find that's even more appropriate than yellow. Yeah. Difference between abstract and concrete.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Fuck. The pizza destroyed me.
You feeling it?
Yeah, it's bogging me down like mad. That last slice, I think, is what did it. I'm just like, oh.
I should have convinced you not to. I was like looking at you. Well, I thought you could handle your pizza. I didn't want to offend you.
I know.
I didn't want to offend you or anything. Last thing he said was like, "Oh, of course I love gluten." Are you kidding me?
This is the side effect.
Yeah, that's where that red fife is good because it has the husks and everything.
Yeah.
Did you want to stay up for a joint? At least you maybe be able to roll a little something out, pinner out of that.
You can smoke joint. I don't know if I need it.
All right, fair enough. As long as you're cool with chilling on the couch there.
Oh, dude, never better.
Do you want to take a power nap or?
I just might.
Feel free. I'm gonna sit here and organize.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Man, I may even have another beer, right? Like, I can stay as long as I fucking want to.
Well, I'm not gonna notice the difference.
Nobody's showed up. You got a nice green light. The atmosphere.
Oh, I'm fucking ready to just. Boom.
Nice, buddy.
Yeah, man, sure.
Well, see you in 20 minutes when I make some random noise accidentally and you wake up.
Right, you might have to shake you and we'll see.
Please enjoy your flight.
Thank you for flying. Bruh.
The winds are westerly, leading to an extra 10-minute delay to the flight. However, your stewardess will be right with you to serve coffee or tea if you desire, and any choice of cookie or biscuit.
I love it.
That sounds great, eh?
Cookie or biscuit.
You're like, it's taking off and you're almost passing out.
Yeah.
With all the G-forces hitting you.
That'd be actually pretty funny if airlines, like domestic Canadian Airlines, offered you like a THC biscuit.
Sure,
Would you like
yeah.
to sleep on this flight?
Yeah. Like equivalent of, like a quarter of how much you'd put actually in a cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so nobody goes crazy or insane off them. A limit of 2 cookies.
Yeah, you can't buy more than 2.
If you eat 2, you'll feel something. Yep. Smashing good game, jolly chap.
Jolly chap. Yeah.
Smashing good game. You want a couch to yourself? There's plenty of couches to choose from if you want to stretch out on a full couch. It is mad. Take your choice, the large or the small.
Large!
Or the medium. You'll have to warm it up though, I'm afraid.
Quite alright. I'm already well equipped.
Nice. Oh, nice.
There we go.